What up? What up? Are we live? We're live. Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? What is going on? It's your girl, Jay. Welcome back to my channel. Tonight, we are talking about the draft, 2024 WNBA Draft. Happened yesterday. We're going to talk about that, a couple of other things. So let us see who is in. I got a couple of chats here, I think, or at least one. Oh, I got some people in here. We have roll call. We got Groovy in the house. Groovy says, "What's up, everyone?" We have Russell. Good evening, Jay. Great time last night with the draft. Thank you. And RC. RC says, "Hey, Jay, awesome time last night on both shows. I was on Sess and Jay Jordan, New York Liberty fan." Yes, if you guys did not check it out or didn't get to see it, but I was able to go live. Me and Sess went live again to watch the draft. But this time Coach Rowe was there, RC joined, and it was just a great time overall. So we had a really good time watching the draft, having conversation about what we thought was going to happen, or what we were expecting to happen, and it was fun. It was fun. It's probably the most excited I've been. I'm be honest, don't really watch the drafts. I just wait to see who's going to make the team after training camps, and then just watch the games. I really haven't really had a big interest in the drafts, but this year, because I started watching college women's basketball, I became very interested because, as you guys know, that's been watching me, I'm a huge fan of LSU, super big fan of South Carolina. You can't hear me? Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? RC says he can't really hear me. Let me know if y'all can't hear me well. Give me the thumbs up if it gets better, RC. Oh, you couldn't hear me on the show. Can you hear me now? Verizon guy, can you hear me as I'm speaking now? Okay. RC says yes. Okay. You scared me a little bit. I'm like, I've been talking and they can't hear me? Okay. No. Okay, you're talking about last night. All right, but I lost my train of thought. I forgot. Oh, since I've been watching college women's basketball, I've become very invested in these players, and I wanted to see where they were going to go. I want to see which was the purpose of me watching college women's basketball. I'm a fan of WNBA Aces for sure. So, if you guys are into Aces, I'm going to be covering them. NCAA is over now. I'm going to be covering them and obviously where some of my favorites got drafted to. But I started watching college women's basketball because of my interest in the WNBA, and I wanted to see what the new talent was that was out there that may potentially come into the W. And so I just, started really getting into these players. So it was super exciting. So we're going to kind of recap, talk about it, have conversations about, last night and the things that we saw, what I'm excited about, some surprises, maybe some of the people you like didn't go to the teams you wanted. We'll talk about all that. So hold on. Let me see what RC says. He says he can't contain himself. Jay. Oh, I had to contain myself on that other live stream when Kay Martin got drafted. I was like, yay. What does that mean? Jay, I've been calling her a pro. Okay. I've been calling her a pro level talent for 2.5 years now. Okay. So I don't watch Iowa a lot. I do know the name Kate Martin, but I don't really know much of her as a player. So I was going to do my research, and I'm going to do a video about the Aces prospects, the draftees, and the people they already signed to training camp deals, and just talk about them and, see where I think who might make the cut or whatever to get into the Aces. But I don't know a lot about Kate Martin, but if you say she's a pro level talent, then she's a pro level talent. I'll take your word for it. Groovy says, all in. I don't like the New Jerseys. Neither do I, Groovy. I don't. It's muted. The colors are red, gold, black, and some white. Now it's just like white and silver and gray. It's very muted. I'm missing the pop of color. I know that they have red jerseys. They still, to my knowledge, haven't revealed that. They did a little sneak peek a couple of months ago, but they haven't said anything since then. So I don't really know what they're planning to do, but they need the red. They need something. I don't even like red. I don't even like red as a color, but they need something. I miss the black and gold uniforms. It's just I don't like it. I don't like it, but it's my team. I'm gonna ride with it. RC says I don't like the New Jerseys as well, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't like it. It looks like San Antonio. It looks like the Silver Stars. Maybe they're trying to give a nod. I personally think it's because what's the guy's name? Mark Davis. He's always wearing white and silver all the time. And he owns the Raiders. Raiders are black and white and silver or something like that as well. So I think he just wanted to mesh his teams together, but I don't like it. RC says, my boy Jay said, looks like y'all got two teams in one now after last night. We literally do though, Jay. We got two teams in one. It's sad. We about to waive some good ass mofo players. SMDH. Yeah, that's true. The more I thought about it, the more I was thinking like that they really did pick up some good people. I don't know how they're going to keep them, if they're going to keep them. Who are they going to cut to keep them? How does it work if they keep Kitley and she's hurt and she can't play? It's a lot of questions surrounding that, but I guess we'll see. So we'll go ahead and get started. I have some clips. I have my slideshow that I that I love to have up. We're going to talk about the fits. We're going to talk about who got drafted where, all that good stuff. But the first thing I think I have in here, if I can bring it up. Yeah. Oh, you know what I need to do before I do that? I got to look up the information on it because I forgot to check that out. Hold on one second. Because I want to get the dates for you guys. Now watch me not be able to find it now. So here, as y'all can see, Dawn Staley is set to have her own doc, which I think is dope. I think is needed. I think it's long overdue. The things that she has done in her, is it 16 years or longer than that? How long has she been in South Carolina? 16 is a number. I don't know if she's been 16 at South Carolina or 16 total coaching, but in her tenure of coaching, she's done a lot. She's turned her programs around. We know that she makes pros. I think I read that she has 13 Gamecocks have been drafted to the WNBA first round. Of course, she's had the number one picks in Asia and Aaliyah, and Camilla now is number 3. She went 3. So, I mean, I can't find the information because I want to find when and where that doc is. So when I find it, because I totally forgot to, y'all. I was running late today. I totally forgot to look that up. But the doc is coming. I hope it's a good one. I hope it really goes into that, shows her playing college ball. So I think it'd be dope just to learn more about Dawn Staley because she definitely needs the shine. So that is great. RC says that we got Elizabeth Kitley for free. She will be kept. She won't count against the roster as lit. Oh, okay. And because of her injury, she won't be counted as a member of the roster. Oh, so she can just sit. All right. Somebody had said, I How did they let the Aces get the number 3 all what is it? Deasia Fair is the third in all time scoring in the NCAA. And then you get Elizabeth Kitley. They was like, what are they doing? What are they doing? And then you got Kate Martin. Why did they let them get all those people? But it's going to be interesting to see. So as far as the draft is concerned, we're going to get into these fits. Now, I did not do this on purpose, but it ended up being kind of color coordinated. So I am going to show the fits, and then the last 4 are my favorite, my top 4 looks of the night. So right here we have Charisma Osborne and Celeste Taylor in the white. It seemed to be like a little bit of a theme. Here's more white. We have Aaliyah and Cece. Cece's wearing Prada. I don't know what Aaliyah was wearing, but looks good. Cece, I don't really like the shoes. I don't like kitten heels. I don't like kitten heels on people. I don't know. It's just not my. I don't think it's flattering to the feet, but that's just me. But shout out. I mean, the whole outfit is worth more than I could ever afford. So shout out to Cece for that. Then we had the ones in black. So that's JC, that's Elizabeth, and there's Deasia. Deasia with her bow tie, her nice suit, and her sneakers. Elizabeth or Liz with the crutches, matching the fit. Then we have Peely, we have Nika, and we have Marquisha Davis. And I knew that Peely had that tattoo, that tribal tattoo on her leg, because you can see it when she's playing. But I didn't realize, if you guys can see over her, what is that, her left shoulder, there's more of the tattoo. So I don't know if it goes like up her leg, up her back, and then around her shoulder. But she specifically picked that dress because she wanted to show off her tattoos. She's, if I'm not mistaken, Native American and Polynesian. So those tribal tattoos mean something. She also had the tribal pattern on her dress. So that was just showing her culture. And so, I mean, I think Marquisha looked cute. Nika, I didn't like the bottom half of it. Like, the skirt is cute, but when you see the shoes and everything together, I didn't care for it. But again, she can rock a halter top, so I'm not mad at that. Then we get into a little bit of color. So this is, they pronounced it Nadia, but it's not spelled that way. But she's from Australia. She is beautiful. And it is something about that dark skin against like a jewel tone that is unmatched. So that dress was completely just, I loved it. And I especially loved it on her. And then we have Rakia Jackson repping Detroit in her red outfit. Now, this was not my favorite outfit that she had, but Rakia was the only one that had an outfit change. She said, I'm not going to give you one, I'm going to give you 2. So this outfit wasn't my favorite, but I think my favorites may be coming up. Let me see who's next. Here we go. So these are my number 2s. They are tied. And it's just by coincidence that is Angel and Camilla, 2 of my favorite people, favorite players. Angel, they were clowning last night on Sessa's Live. They were saying it's the bodyguard outfit. It is reminiscent of Bodyguard. I get it, but shout out to Whitney. Like, if it's compared to Whitney, you can't go wrong. But I really loved like the plunging neckline on this. But then if you turned around, her whole back was out. I just thought it was cute. And the shoes went perfect. Like, if Angel can dress, if nobody else can dress, Angel can dress. So I really liked it. The story is that she that wasn't her dress she was going to wear. She had a dress, she had ordered it. It was supposed to, be there in time. She got it. It did not fit. And so it was too late to do anything about it. So she found this dress like 3 days before the draft. So they made it work. She's, again, beautiful. Camilla, Camilla hung up the red wig and gave us a red business suit, also with the plunging neckline. Now, Milla's gonna wear a kitten heel because Milla is 6'7", so she don't need no more extra height. So she had her a tiny little heel, but I mean, she looked beautiful. I kind of wanted the red hair, but the red hair on the red suit would have been too much. So I see why she switched it up, but beautiful, right? But here are my number ones, because they were tied for 2 for me. Angel and Camilla were tied for 2. These were my number ones. Cameron killed it in this dress. And like, this picture doesn't even give justice to the way she looked watching it on TV. Like, as tall as she is, she has that heel. The leg is out. The midriff is out. Like, dope. Like, she looked great. Tied with Cameron is when I saw Rakia getting up to talk to get her jersey and go talk to Holly. She's changed into this now. In the picture here, it looks white, but it was like a silver glittery suit, like 4+4, y'all. 4+4. She ate down, like, and 2 outfits. Come on now, what? This is what I'm talking about. This is people from the MI. This is the kind of showing out we do. But yeah, those are my top 2. I thought they all look good. They all look great. But these two took the cake for me. So let me see. RC says that's not Rakia, that's her. Tell her to sing it, to belt out the note. She kind of a little bit with the glasses, but excuse me. I get what you're saying. Tamika says, "Hey, J Spot. Hey, Tamika, welcome in." RC says, "Angel Reese. I couldn't even look away." Kyra says, "Rakia 8. Can you say wardrobe change?" Yes, right. It was. She looked. I love me a good suit, and like, they killed it. They killed it. RC says Camilla gave me Bria Bill vibes from last year. I didn't see the draft last year, but I can see that they kind of, I won't say they favor, but I can see that. RC also says Caitlin Clark was dapper, but I feel like she's a hooper. She ain't even care, in my opinion. She could have rocked her new Fever jersey, dress up to the stage. Maybe. But I didn't like the fit of Caitlin's outfit. Like, I know it was Prada. Like, people were pointing out on Twitter and stuff, like how it needed to be steamed because you can see the lines still in it, and it was kind of wrinkled in certain spots. I think Caitlin was like, "Get me in this thing. Let me go. Let's go to this thing so we can be done." Because I think she's, like you said, she's just ready to play. But I know the jacket was supposed to be oversized, but I don't know. It's just something about it. It just didn't do it for me. Maybe with the shoes as well. But I mean, she looked decent. Tamika says, "I know the young lady from Utah looked beautiful." Peely, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah. I liked her tats. I just love the way that she talked about like her culture and how she tied that into her dress, and she wanted to make sure that you could see like what the tribal tattoos are and stuff like that, because that means a lot to her culture. RC says, "Who is next? Who is that next to Brink? Help me out." That's Rakia. She did an outfit change. She had the red on at first, and then by the time it was time for her to go get her name called, she had changed into this. Kyra says Rakia left no crumbs. Big facts. Tamika says CC made Prada look cheap. They could have did a better job. They could have did a better job. Keisha's in the house. Hey, Keisha. She says Angel for me. Okay. Angel was up there with Cameron, and like Camilla was right there, but I felt like, I don't know, something about Cameron's outfit was a little bit better to me. But when Rakia came back with that outfit, I had to knock Angel down to number 2 and put Rakia up there. Kyra says the lines were designed on CC Fit. Oh, they were designed. Is that what it was? People were saying like it needed to be ironed. I guess they were they were making jokes. Keisha says, are they all looking good? I thought they all looked okay. Kyra says Peely seemed like she was on Valium, like on some medication. Possibly. RC says Sess was wild and she wanted me to defend everyone that was slandering Caitlyn. Like I'm just one guy. I can't defend CC versus everyone. It's impossible. Yeah. You know, I was laughing because when you made it on to the camera, people were surprised, RC, that you were not a white guy because you love Caitlyn and Iowa so much. So I thought they can look at your avatar and see, or maybe you change it up so much they didn't see that. I know I've seen your real picture. You had a picture up of you and your daughter before. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. Everyone thought I was a white guy. Yeah, I remember them saying it in the comments. Speaking of that, y'all, it's early, but if y'all are here, go ahead and give me those likes. I would so really appreciate that. Also, if you're watching live or if you'll be watching this later, I am so close to 500. I think I'm 22 away from getting 500 subs. Please, if you're not following me and you enjoy this content that you're watching, hit the sub button. If you're not sure, I got tons of stuff on my channel. Check some things out. And then if you like that, go ahead and give me the sub. But I'm so close to 500. That's my first goal, is to get to 500. Just to, I started this channel I started with 0, but I gained about 37 people over the course of me never using YouTube. And then once I decided that I really wanted to utilize my YouTube and get on here and do stuff like this, I started growing. So I'm very close to 500. So tell somebody to tell somebody, y'all. Okay. Emily says, Rakia was like, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name in my Jay-Z voice, right? Bad. Rakia was bad. Tamika says, that's me. I thought he was definitely holding her hand up. Me. Thought RC was a white dude. RC says, Jay. I was like, wait a minute. Do they think I'm Jay Leno, Tom Hanks, or something? They definitely didn't think you were a brother. That's for sure. Courtside View. Hello. Welcome to the live. So is RC still rooting for Iowa with Caitlyn gone? They'll be at the bottom of the Big Ten next season. That is always the main question for RC. And RC always says the same thing. He was a fan of Iowa before Caitlyn. He's going to be a fan of Iowa after Caitlyn. He says he's in it for the long haul. He's still a Caitlyn Clark fan, though. I think he's going to start to do some Indiana stuff for the WNBA season, but he says he's not leaving Iowa. What do you say? Be like ain't nothing in Iowa black except for hubcaps and some pavement. RC says the courtside view is a way of life. And then RC says he doesn't sound white. But maybe they haven't seen any of your videos. They just see you in the comments and they just see RC likes Caitlyn and the Hawkeyes and they're like, oh yeah, he's a white dude. Keisha said that's not the dress Angel was supposed to wear. The one she was supposed to wear was too small. That dress was delivered in time for her to wear. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. She said she got it 3 or 4 days before the draft, and they made it work. I mean, whatever they did, they made it work. I mean, she models. She's like this big. So, I mean, I don't see much not really looking right on her. She definitely knows how to dress, and she has some good people around her. All right, so let's move on to if you guys didn't know who got drafted. I think that's what I have next. Yes, this is who I have next, and I'm gonna have to because I can't see that far. All right, so first round, we already know Caitlyn went to the Fever at number 1. Number 2, LA took Brink. Now as we were watching, we were trying to decide, okay, is LA going to take Cardoso? Because at this point we felt like her draft stock had gotten higher, and she's a outgoing champion on an undefeated team. She's on a team that hasn't lost but 3 games in 3 years. She's only gotten better and better, and then her taking the lead role after Aaliyah Boston leaves, she fit right in. She plays internationally. She's kind of pro ready. She's been doing her thing. There's things she can work on, but I just felt over the course, definitely of this tournament, that her stock went up. So I'm thinking, okay, she's going to go 2. In my opinion, she should have went. Brink should not have gone 2. It was either should have been Rickea or Cardoso. That's just my opinion. I don't watch Cameron Brink play that much, so I really can't speak to that a whole lot. I just know I feel like the time that I did see Cameron play, obviously, she's an All-American, and she's gotten Defensive Player of the Year and Player of the Year and stuff for her conference and stuff like that. So I'm not saying she's shabby, but I wouldn't have picked her over Rickea. But the way things worked out, LA picked Cameron, and Cardoso, where Rickea was supposed to be 3, Cardoso was supposed to be 4 in the mock drafts. Cardoso goes to 3 to Chicago, right? Rickea goes 4 to LA. So now you got Cameron Brink, Rickea Jackson, teammates in LA, right? Number 5 goes to J.C. Sheldon. And I don't know if MMA Lifestyle is in here or not, but if y'all saw the live last night, he was not at all happy whatsoever with the fact that Dallas took JC at number 5. I don't know. He was not happy. He went on like a good 10-minute rant. I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty funny. But she went number 5 to Dallas. Aaliyah Edwards. Now, Aaliyah was always in the mock drafts ahead of Angel Reese, which for me, obviously Angel being one of my favorite players, I thought she should be higher than a 7. But Aaliyah was always in the mock drafts going higher than Reese. But I also thought that DC would want to take Angel for the simple fact that she's a Baltimore girl. It's that East Coast. She has a big fan base. The Mystics don't have EDD right now. I think, Natasha Cloud, correct me if I'm wrong, she was on Washington. She's now, where did she go? Did she go to Phoenix? I can't remember where she went. But they're rebuilding, kind of. I think EDD wanted to leave, and because they made her a core player, meaning they have exclusive rights to, let her go or keep her. So since they were going to keep her, she decided not to play this year. She didn't say why. She just said she wasn't playing this year. Anyway, so I thought that's why they might pick Reese. But they ended up picking Aaliyah Edwards, like the mock draft said, that she would be 6. And then, so before the day before the draft, we learned that Chicago and Minnesota flipped. Chicago wanted to move up in order to get Angel Reese. That was their specific reason why they switched. And I'm going to show you guys a clip when they talk about that they specifically wanted Cardoso and Angel. That was their goal to begin with. They knew, and this is just me saying that they didn't say this stuff, but they knew that Camilla, being 6'7", might go fast because she's a hot commodity. So that's why they went for her first. Especially if LA had passed her up, they were definitely not going to let her go further than their first pick. But they specifically moved up because a lot of people thought that Angel was going to go to either DC or go to Minnesota. But they cut this deal to let the thing swap. So Chicago would get the 7th pick, and they wanted to get Angel if no one had gotten Angel. And Angel said that she spoke to DC as well as Chicago. I don't know what other team she has spoke to, but she said she knew that if DC didn't get her, Chicago was, because of the conversations that they had. So I'm assuming probably Chicago had a conversation with DC and said, leave Angel alone. Like, we want Angel on our team here. And that's what happened. So Angel's at number 7 to Chicago. Blew my mind. I'm the happiest person in the world. A lot of people are doubting that. A lot of people are saying they don't get along. I also have some clips about Chicago talking about that, the Chicago GM and the head coach Teaspoon. But I was ecstatic. I kind of figured that out. I had an inkling that they might end up being on the same team like 2 weeks ago, because they kept flipping. Like, this whole thing was flipping. I was like, it's a possibility that Cardoso and Angel can be picked to play together in LA. I wasn't even thinking about Chicago until like the day before. When Chicago flipped it, I was like, oh, so they want Angel. And if Cardoso goes earlier than 4, she's going to end up in Chicago too. So, like, yes, I'm ecstatic. My 2 SEC girls are playing together. I love watching them play against each other so much. I'm the middle fan. I'm the one that likes LSU and South Carolina. I know there are fans that they can't stand each other, but I used to live for the games where they're competing against each other, because I felt like those teams brought the best out of each other. And then Angel and Cardoso just battling. I mean, I talked about this before in other videos. Like, I feel like there's an amount of respect there. And I just felt like, you know, I like it. I enjoy it. I loved when Cardoso knocked that ball out of Angel's hand when she blocked her, and then she just looked at her smiling, like staring at her, like smiling, like, what you gonna do? And then Angel comes right back, slaps the ball out of Cardoso's hands, like snatches the ball, and then, throws it to her teammate or whatever. Like, I love that intensity. Some people don't, but let me see real quick before I get too far. So I said Peely, number 8, she went to the Lynx. So let's see. See if I can find it, y'all. Also, I appreciate y'all being in the comments and running my comments up. Y'all are the best. My apologies for last week. I'm glad y'all got your hee ha-has in and kind of flame me in the comments for not catching up. I didn't know it was that long, honestly. Like, I don't get that many comments on a normal live. So when I was looking, I couldn't see that it was so many more under that. So we're going to do our best to like stay ahead of the game today as much as I can. But Sam says, I'm a little late, but the draft was so fun last night as a Lynx. I am thrilled with Peely draft. Also, the Sparks should watch out for their roster spots. Rakia, in my opinion, is the most WNBA ready. Yes, I keep hearing that. You don't get any arguments from me. Kyra says Phoenix. Okay, I was right. So Natasha Cloud went to Phoenix. Okay. RC says if she make the team, I'm definitely grabbing Nika Mule. You're gonna have everybody's jersey, but she's from UConn, right? She was the first one that gave Caitlin a little bit of the business. She just couldn't fully execute it. Raven took over and says, "Tap me in. I'm a finish the job for you." But yeah, Nika Mule is she's pretty good. Ben, hey Ben. Besides Aces, does LA have a shot at the playoffs? LA has not made the playoffs in the past 3 years, 3 seasons. So I feel like if you can't make it with Nneka Ogwumike on your team, which I know she needed help around her, but De'Erica Hamby is over there. Azrea is over there. They had Jordan Canada. I thought they had a pretty good team. For whatever reason, I don't know why they just couldn't, get over the hump to get into the playoffs. But Cameron and Rakia with De'Erica and Azrea. Is Clareton in LA? I think they might have a shot. I mean, I think this year these teams are so stacked right now. I don't know. I don't know what anybody's chances are other than my Aces, because you got Seattle is stacked, Atlanta is getting stacked, Indiana. I know they have potential. I don't know how big of moves they're going to make. Any of the teams with the rookies that they're going to these teams, I don't know how much of an impact they'll make if their team isn't already like established and then like going there. So I don't know. It's just a lot of firepower. So I don't know who's going to make what, to be honest. RC says, again, I heard a week ago, Jay, Minnesota wanted absolutely nothing to do with Angel Reese. That's fine, because I honestly didn't want her to go to Minnesota. I was thinking like, yeah, that'd be cool that she goes to Minnesota. She's from LSU. Simone Augustus did very well in Minnesota. She's an LSU legend. Sylvia Fowles went to LSU. She's a legend at in Minnesota. Minnesota won 4 championships. Like, they're that team. But also, I heard how they just like to be cutting people. And I ain't got time for that. So I didn't really want her to go to Minnesota. RC says, Jay, you ain't happier than Quita right now. Quita wanted Angel Reese more than anybody. She wanted Angel, but I'm excited because Angel and Camilla are playing together. I didn't really care whether they were going to Chicago or LA or whatever. Like, the fact that they had a potential to be together on the same team, that's what I was happy about. And I will let y'all know, I already got my ticket. I bought my ticket to see Chicago play the Vegas Aces in Chicago sometime this summer. I have to see it. I have to see it in person. Tamika says, well, I don't claim to know more than anyone else, but I understand how anyone doesn't take Rakia. A couple of teams are going to feel stupid when it's all said and done. Yeah. I thought Rakia could go 2, if anything, if Cardoso wasn't going to be 2. But I mean, LA wanted Brink. I think all these teams talk to each other. They kind of know where they want to go and who they want to get, and they'll do what they need to do to get them. So LA wanted Brink specifically first. And then if someone didn't pick Angel, that next pick, like if Angel, not Angel, if Rakia was still available, that was going to be their next pick. So I think that's what happened. RC says, what if the Sky don't make the playoffs this season and don't win many games and end up with Paige buckets next season, Jay? Ooh-wee. I mean, I don't know how many games they're going to win. I mean, Chicago is in the rebuilding phase, and as good as I think Reese and Cardoso are, is going to take them a little bit to play with each other. I mean, Angel has been used as a 5 at LSU, and a swing 4 sometimes if Del Rosario's in the game, but her main game has been the 5. And although she says she came out of college, recruited the top wing recruit out of high school, she's kind of been out of practice for a while, so it's going to take her a little bit. And now you're playing in the big league, so I think it's going to take a little growing. But if they don't make it and they become the worst team and they get Paige buckets, Chicago is going to be a problem. They already have. They were talking about in their press conference someone they picked 3rd round, I think, or 2nd round, that they think is the best shooter in college. They picked her up, Brenlin. I can't remember her name. She's on the list, but they think she's good. But yeah, if they get Paige buckets, it might be a wrap. Emily says Iowa, South Carolina, LSU are going to have to find a way to get along this season. Yep. They will have to. I think the worst ones is LSU and South Carolina. I think that's the worst. And probably if it was LSU and Iowa would be an issue. I think Iowa and South Carolina, they won, so they're good. They're good now. But there's always going to be tension between South Carolina and LSU. So I think that's the bigger deal. Keisha says Angel and Camilla are happy to be on the same team. Yep. I have that in a clip. Courtside says, I think the Sparks can make playoffs this year. Okay. That'll be dope to see. I would like to see who makes the playoffs. Tamika said the Sparks are going to be lost until the wash of the stink of Fisher off, until they wash the stank of Fisher off of them and the screwed up that with them not taking Rakia. Well, they have Rakia there. Rakia is number 4. But I've heard things about their like executive teams. And I mean, NECA didn't say that's why she left, but she in a roundabout way, she was ready to do something else and be with another organization. Obviously, she had been with that organization her whole career. And for her to leave, it means something isn't good there or something hasn't been good there. And so hopefully, with these new waves of players this year, next year, they can get it together in the executive spot and do right by these ladies coming in. RC says, Jay, you mess with Cheyenne Parker and Ryan Howard. They nice. I've seen Ryan Howard play. I've seen Atlanta play a little bit, but I'm not familiar with Cheyenne Parker, if that's how you say it. Sam says, Lacia Clariton, yes, they are at Sparks. Yes, fun fact, I met Clariton's kids 2 years ago when they were on the links. Okay, Clariton. The only thing I remember about Clariton watching the Sparks, because I'm an original Sparks fan, 1997, Lisa Leslie. So I'll watch them because they're still like a little bit in my heart. But I saw them play against the Aces. And that Clariton is a pest on the floor, like so scrappy, like a menace. And I didn't like it. I didn't like them challenging my Aces like that, but a good player. Tamika says facts they be beating up on Asia if she got half the calls she deserves. Oh, I missed some of that y'all were talking about that, but I'm trying to stay on track. Lawrence says, hey Lawrence, what do LSU for life? Always with Lawrence. LSU is in the house. Tamika says, I will say this. I don't get the Reese love. I think she just okay. And that's fine. She's not for everybody. I understand. I don't know. It's something about her that I don't know. I just feel it's like she's like my niece or something. Like I don't know. I feel like she goes through a lot of stuff that isn't necessary for her to have to go through. And the more people hate her, the more I love her. So, I mean, and she's a good player to me, but yeah, not everyone, she's not for everybody. There's no problem with that. Courtside View says where Rakia could have left and went either to LA or the Sky. Yeah. She could have made either one. Lauren says they still hating on my girl Angel. Ben says Cam has the height to be Shaq P5. It's just been so many management changes while meeting Lynn Dunn at the Cleveland WBCA. Fever have a great schedule. LA is really trying to run a W office. They need to work on it. Courtside says, who plays the point for Sky? Dana or Marina? I think they said Dana is what they showed on TV today, but I'm not sure because I don't normally watch Chicago. So this is a big step for me because I watched Chicago a little bit when Candace was there, very briefly. I watched a little bit last year whenever they played the Aces, but I don't know enough to know about the players. But I'm going to a game, so that's a big step. RC says Camilla could be the ultimate down low threat like Liz Cambage without all the attitude, ridiculousness, and BS. Yeah, did y'all see Liz Cambage elbow that lady? And first of all, Liz is probably a full feet taller than anybody on that team. Does she play in China? Don't get me wrong. I think she plays in China. But she First, she scraped this lady across the face and like scraped her eye, like literally like that. And then on another play, she's too big to be doing that, but she like whacked this lady. Like it looked like she broke that lady's nose the way as hard as she hit her. And she got ejected. But that bananas. Bananas. Tamika says Angel can't play no damn wing in the W. Her feet are slow, and I don't see how Killer Cam and Reese fit together. Again, Tamika, that's your opinion. I think they can fit great. I think they can do a really good high low the same way that Camilla works with get kits. Also, the way that she says she's a wing, she's been working on her shot. She's going to have to because that's what her position is going to be unless they just switch them out. But I think she has the potential to be good. I do know she's had injuries. I know she has a rod in her foot or leg or something like that. So maybe she's not as quick as some others, but I think she's going to work on it. I'm not gonna count her out. I think she might be okay. She might surprise you. She might surprise you, Tamika. Noren says, how many WNBA players didn't win a championship and get picked number one? Oh, I couldn't even tell you that. I'm sure a lot. Because you're saying no championship, period? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. No, nobody off the top of my head that didn't already have a championship outside of like Caitlyn, but that's recent. I know Asia had one, Aaliyah had one, um, Candace had one, Simone had one. I the ones that I know had one, they did, but I'm sure there's some that didn't have one that went one. I don't know if Simone went number one. Now that you're thinking about it, you're talking about number one draft picks. I don't know, Lawrence. Ben says, I do know my friend Michaela Pivek, Oregon State has a shot to be a game changers with the Mercury, so underrated. Okay. Jermaine says, sorry, we ain't worried about Iowa no more. RC says, petty, just petty. RC also says, nobody has the spotlight of Caitlin Clark. Y'all just got to accept that. Um, that's true. But one thing I'm super happy about is that I've seen so many people excited about this draft and going to websites and seeing like these tickets are going and it has nothing to do with like an Indiana game. It's just people are excited about these players that they've been following in college actually going to one of their favorite teams and stuff like that. So Caitlin is a catalyst for that, but I appreciate other people seeing that, is other players out there as well. So I ain't with the Caitlyn hate, but I'm not with the Caitlyn praise either. Lawrence says the money they're gonna pay Angel could stay at LSU and make more money. She could, but her major deals aren't gone because she's drafted now. She has a major deal with Reebok. I haven't looked up all her deals, but I do know she said it herself. The deals that she has will travel with her. She's not really losing any money going to the WNBA. That's just on top. So she was making $0 at LSU with NIL deals. Now she'll be making 75,000 on top of what she was making with her NIL deals. I mean, with her NILs, which will be endorsements now. So it's a start. It ain't everything, but I think she left at a good time. Ben says, I can tell you Fisher in LA wasn't great for my friend Sydney. But I do know Coach Miller, who has brought in 2 decades of coaching talent. I went to Leslie first game in LA Sparks at the Forum. Did you? The very first game that the WNBA ever had when they played, didn't they play New York? I think it was on a Saturday. I remember that. I was like stuck on the TV. Kyra says, yes, Jay. I didn't forget what we were talking about. Tamika says, yes, that's true, Jay. Some of the things she goes through is crazy, but she brings some negativity on herself. And this funny part is I don't want her to change at all, but she can be a dick. And that's your opinion. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that she brings a lot of negativity on herself. I think that people made her the villain, and to protect herself, she wore that kind of as a badge and be like, well, if y'all want me to be the villain, I'll be the villain. But I think she is just super confident. I think she's a beast on the floor. Yeah, she talks noise. That's a lot of basketball players do, but I don't think that should ever carry over to the hate that she's gotten and harassment she's gotten online, because that doesn't have anything to do with her game. Now, maybe you're talking about her game, but the negativity I see has nothing to do with her playing basketball. It's to the point I've made a couple of videos and like little things on Angel, and I have to hold the comments. So they come to me first before I post them, because I've seen some of the most racist, demeaning, disrespectful stuff being said about her that has nothing to do with her game. And I know if I see that stuff, I know she sees it. So I don't 100% agree with you on that, but that's your opinion. And this is a safe space. You're free to say whatever it is that you want, whatever's on your mind. Kyra says the way that they come at Angel makes me love her more. There's a feeling of kinship that can't be explained, but we feel like we gotta up our love when people start their hate. That part, Kyra, that's how I feel. I feel like I didn't know a lot about Angel before this whole Iowa situation. I just kept hearing about this girl who is classless, who is ghetto, who is arrogant, who is rude, who is mean, and I'm just like, I need to find out who this girl is. And I watch her play, and I'm like, I don't get it. I watch her press conferences, and I'm like, I don't get it. Yeah, she talks noise, but maybe because I like trash talk. I just feel like just back it up on the court. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But the more they hate her, the more I love her. I don't know, but I feel the same way you do, Kyra. Sam says Cambage is such a stressful presence. Honestly, I don't think basketball is the right outlet for her. No, she looks like she needs to go to the UFC or something. Like I felt bad for that lady. Like, y'all have to go watch that video. The way this whole thing just right in the middle of her face, just cracked all that up. It was crazy to watch. Kyra says, yeah, Liz got that meal out of China. Yeah, I think she got $3 million for, what is she playing, 2 months or something like that. Emily says, Liz crazy. Emily also says the Draymond Green of the W. Tamika says, we shall see. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see, Tamika. I hope for Angel's, no, I won't say Angel's sake. I think people see more of the bad in Angel than the good. So I just hope people eventually see the good in her, because I think there's a lot there. Lawrence says, I hope LSU signed Beer from Oregon State. I know she's still out there. Kyra says Simone is number one. Okay, so I was right. Keisha says the more hate people come for Angel, the more she's going to win. I agree. RC says, so yeah, let's just disregard Caitlin for bringing in fans nobody else's favorite can't. RC, don't come in here with that. Don't come up in here with that. I didn't say she can't bring fans, but we're not going to act like some of these fans that Caitlin is bringing in ain't got nothing to do with basketball. It's got to do with who she is and what she looks like. And a lot of them are very antagonizing. A lot of them, again, in comments that I've seen, just being horrible people for the sake to say that they are Caitlin fans, when I don't really think they're Caitlin fans. So yes, Caitlin brings in the looks. She's a cash cow for the TV networks. She can be a cash cow for the W. But I think she's just a great basketball player, and they should just leave it at that. And also, before I get there, let's not act like a lot of fans aren't here also. Those who don't like Angel, there's just as many, if not more, people who like Angel. And Angel is also a part of why eyes are on the game as well. Whether they're hate watching, or whether they're there to see if Angel and Caitlin are going to have some friction again. Like, it's a whole thing. Someone brought it up. I think it was Seth, very similar to Kanye West and Taylor Swift. Like, if Kanye wasn't the villain to Taylor Swift, would she be as popular? Doesn't mean that she's not as talented, but something caused a shift for people to be like, oh, Taylor. I don't know. I'm just saying that point was brought up. But besides that, again, I think CC is a great player, one of the best shooter, the best scorer that NCAA women's has recorded, and I give her props for that. And I want to leave it at that because I don't even think CC wants all this. She just wants to play. That's it. MJ Lover says, "Hey Jay, split in time between podcasts I'm listening to." Okay, thank you for coming in. Kyra says, "Pardon me, Simone." Sam says, "I saw that Cameron Brink's name was trending search last night, probably because she's part model, part ball player. If she's not modeling, she needs to be." Jermaine says, "The only way CC will help the leagues is if people watch and go to games that she is not in, but also buy merch that isn't hers." Yeah. So come for Caitlin, but go watch somebody else or get to know other people. Similar to I came in to watch Angel, to watch who Caitlin was, to watch Dawn Staley, and then I found Flage, who I didn't even know was playing basketball. I knew her from her music. Fell in love with her. Anissa Morrow, Hannah Hidalgo. I started watching Notre Dame. Then I just started seeing all these different players, and now I'm hooked on college basketball just because I came to see a couple of people. But I'm also not bashing the league either, saying that people are only there to see this one person. That's why the league isn't going to grow, or that's the only reason why women's basketball is what it is because of this one person. It's not going to grow unless they do what you said, which is come to see that person, but also check some of these other teams out, and maybe some of these other players you might actually like, and that's what's going to grow the game. So I agree with that. Kyra says, "Yes, Jay again and girl again." I didn't forget what we were talking about. Keisha says, "Michael Jordan talk noise. No one comes for him." Yes, Michael talks noise. I mean, I watch NBA. They talk plenty, and I watched what other sports? Tennis. I've seen it in baseball, softball. People talk noise wherever they are. That's just some competitors are like that. They like to get in there. Angel said her main reason to do that is get people out of their game, to mess with their head. Some people don't like that, and that's fine. But I think sometimes people just take it. I think it's easy to pinpoint Angel to be that type of person. But I don't think that way of her. Sam says maybe Angel's trash talk and confidence shows off on the court isn't everyone's style, but the level of smoke she gets is completely deranged. Facts. Jermaine said Angel gets all the hate because of the gesture she gave CC. If she wouldn't have done that, I don't think those Iowa fans would have came at her that hard. CC is their great white hope. And that's probably why. I mean, she did do that pretty hard at her. CC kind of ignored her, but she was doing that. And so was, I think Alexis had said something or done something as well. But CC has also done that to somebody. CC waved off Raven, and no one said anything to her about that. So I think it just depends who's doing it. Ben says June 21st, 1997, Penny scored the first basketball. I saw Penny at Cleveland W. You've been everywhere, Ben. We need to talk. Kyra says that part. Lawrence says CC not doing that in the WNBA. Jermaine says, I don't think Angel talking trash was the issue. It's who she's talking to, that part. High vibrations. So glad Caitlin is in W now. Now I can root for her and not feel guilty about it. I'm a Gamecock fan. Yeah, now she's on the team with Aaliyah. So everybody is rooting for everybody. I don't know what RC said, but Tamika says, I respect your fandom. And I do too, RC. I do too. I just have to give a rebuttal on some of that, but it's okay to disagree. Like I said, this is a safe space for people to express themselves, as long as they are not being disrespectful to me or anybody in the chat. We can have adult conversations, and we don't always have to agree on that. That's the way the world works. So I hope no one is feeling away because of what I said, because I mean, I said it, I don't take it back, but it wasn't meant to be disrespectful to anyone. Tamika says, hey, Bree Wayne. Did I see Bree Wayne? Hibernation says, I'm a root for her because that's Boston's teammate now. Right. Kyra says, you better tell him, Jay. Thank you. Sam says, I will give CC this. She is media trained down. Oh, she's good. I'm telling you, she is doing all the right things. She's where she needs to be. My thing is, I think the media is doing too much and they should just let that girl play. I feel like there's a lot of pressure. Maybe she feels it, maybe she doesn't. But I feel like there's a lot of pressure on her to be this perfect person and perform in a certain way. And I feel like the moment she slips, if she has a downward spiral where she's not making, all the right moves and she's not winning games and not doing logo threes, those cameras are going to start to disappear and she's not going to have the ESPN analyst next to her side every 2 seconds because they only care about the ratings. They only care about the good story. I don't think they really care about her. And that's the sad part because she doesn't deserve that. That's just what I think. I don't know. I just let the girl play. That's it. Like, she ain't the savior. Don't put her on that pedestal. Let the girl play and whatever's happened is going to happen. We can celebrate without doing too much. I just think that it's a lot for me. That's my opinion. Kyra says, interesting thoughts. Lauren says, we got Angel back on Bayou and in Chicago. Yep. Angel says she's still in school. I didn't even realize that she graduates May 18th, she said. I didn't realize that she was still going to class. She was on Good Morning America, I think. And they was asking her what she's been doing since she's been drafted. And she was like, I'm in school. Like, I still have to finish school. I graduate on May 18th. So I didn't realize that. RC says, Jay, I don't really know what to say myself. All I can say is social media is a machine and it's gotten rotten apples and good apples. Yep, you're right. Bree Wayne says, damn, Camilla and Reese going to be on the starting five. I saw that. I saw someone bring that up. I hope so. That'll be dope. I really hope so. Hibernation says, well, by CC bringing in the viewers, the other girls on the court need to show out and put fans on their radar too. Right. The same way people tuned in to watch CC play in this national championship and the way South Carolina showed out, I think South Carolina got a lot of new fans just from watching that because everybody showed out on that team. So hopefully we get a lot of eyes next year. RC says, Jay, I watch all kind of hoopers. You also know I have my favorite and favorites too, though. Yeah, have your favorites. Tamika says, you think that's going to work to Bree Wayne? RC says, Jay and Tamika, I will say this. The pressure on Caitlin is really extremely high at this point. She absolutely must win a championship at this level, period. In due time, I feel like, yeah. And she might. I don't know if it will be in Indiana. I don't know if she'll stay there her whole career, but she might. Well, you don't like what Angel do, then don't watch her. Bree Wayne says Cam Brink and Jackson means Jackson gonna have to carry the team a lot more. You think? No different from Cam and Kiki. Okay, I didn't watch them play, so I'm not really sure. Hibernation says Angel is a great teammate. If you're on her team, she will ride for you. She showed me that when her and Flau'jae's mom was going at it. She still rolled for Big Foe, and it was water under the bridge. Yes. That was a point I was going to bring up when they talk about Angel and Camilla not being able to play together. People think it won't work. Flau'jae said herself in the press conference at the end before when they lost to Iowa this past season, she said, me and Angel have gone through our things, but she's still my sister. So that means at some point in the 2 years that they were playing together, they had some friction. And I never saw that on the floor at all. I never had any indication that they weren't getting along or they didn't like each other, whatever. She still passed that ball to Angel. Angel still passed that ball to her. Angel was still in her face, gassing her up and telling her to lead the team and help the team. Same thing with Flau'jae. So I think athletes know how to put that stuff aside for the greater good. I don't think is as black and white as some people may think. They don't have to like each other. They just need to play. Now, if they like each other and they love each other, then it probably comes through a lot more in their play, but I don't think they have to in order to get stuff done. And then I think they work on it and they get it taken care of, so it's not an issue when they're playing. All right, y'all. If y'all are in here, give me those thumbs up. Give me those thumbs up. I am almost at 500 subs. If you are watching and you like what you see, go ahead and give me that sub. I am so close to 500. Keisha said Teresa Weatherspoon talked to Camilla and Angel. She told them she's excited to have them. Yes, I have a clip I'm going to play that Teresa Weatherspoon and the GM, is his name Jim? Jeff is his name. I have that clip of them talking about Camilla and Angel. I also have clips of Angel and clips of Camilla at their press conference after they got drafted. Bree Wayne says Big Four didn't even attend Reese's draft and had to be bad whatever happened between them. Maybe. I mean, they're not teammates anymore. So if they did have bad blood, then they don't have to be around each other at this point. They just needed to be around each other enough to play. But I don't think it wasn't like the whole team was there. I saw Kateri and I saw Monty. I didn't see anybody else from her team at her draft party. I don't know who else was there. I didn't see anybody. Bree Wayne says surprise Monkey showed up. Not sure if she did it out of goodness or just because Angel Reese is a big name. Probably both. Angel has online classes. Yeah, I mean, I know she's not going to the campus. I wasn't thinking that she's still in school. Like school is not done yet. Jermaine says the media is going to do way too much with CeCe. She just want to hoop, but they keep kissing that girl ass. And she clearly getting tired of all that. I think we don't see it, but I do think that might get to her a little bit. Keisha says, yeah, I got my basketball tickets, Chicago, Chi-Town Barbie. Chi-Town Barbie, that is cute. I like that name. Tamika says, I don't want to watch her. Thanks for letting me know. I don't have to watch her. Oh, get a grip is just my opinion. Yes, everybody's is opinions, just opinions. Bree Wayne says, J-Spot, do you think South Carolina gets round 1 pick next year? I know Morrow definitely go on top 5. Who's coming out? South Carolina. Who's coming out? Breezy? Fagan? Tahina? Who else? Is that it? South Carolina? I don't know if they'll get, I gotta see. I definitely high first round. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I got to see how this goes. But Morrow definitely. Morrow, I can see her being top 5. Sam says, yeah, Kateri and Angel have stayed very good friends after Kateri left LSU. Nice to see. Courtside said, ooh, Jay, do not like Moki. That's my girl. Yeah, I ain't a fan of Moki. I ain't a fan of Kim Mulkey, just not. Bree Wayne says Bree, Fagan, and Powell. Yeah, okay. Number 1. I don't see them being number 1 unless they really turn up this next season. I can see them. I don't know if all of them go first round. I have to see how they play because I know all 3 of them can turn up. I know Powell stayed there specifically to work on her game. So it's possible things can be turned around. So we'll see. Kim and Teresa went to LA Tech. Yeah, Kim was actually Teaspoon's coach. High Barbation says maybe they go mid to late first round. I kind of think that as well. Lauren says you're not going to hear nothing about Iowa. Well, maybe not. We don't know. We're not going to have the Iowa battles, just like we're not going to have a bunch of Caitlin talk. Courtside says, oh, my bad. Bree Wayne says, what about Sanaya Rivers? I don't know, but did y'all see that Kelsey Plum is starting this thing called Dog Class, is sponsored by Under Armour. And she's taken a lot of Under Armour athletes, Anissa Morrow, Fawali, I think Sanaya Rivers, Deasia Fair. It's a bunch of them. But they're going this weekend, pretty much is preparing them for is preparing them for the WNBA, like talking to them about endorsements and media and what to expect in the W, and putting them through like the workouts that they have in the W to kind of get them used to at least know what the speed is and what the athletic level has to be at. So it's kind of preparing them before they actually go. So I think that's dope. Courtside says that whole UConn class is going first round. I forgot Paige is coming out next year. So if Paige continues, I think she probably might be number one. Bree Wayne says, I know Powell will go ahead of Hall because shooting. I can see that. Courtside says Paige, AZ, Aubrey, then Anissa. Okay. Also, maybe not Aubrey, actually. Bree Wayne says AZ Flood probably not even going to make top 5. Ooh, you don't think so? Bree Wayne says, wait, Anissa Morrow, Under Armour? I thought LSU a Nike school. They are? That's what I thought. KP did say it was Under Armour kids that she was getting, because that's why she was in. Oh, Raven's going to be there too. That's why she was getting them from Under Armour schools. But yeah, Anissa's there. So maybe she expanded it. I don't know. Maybe they expanded it. Kyra says, yeah, the dog class is pretty sweet. Bree Wayne says Paige, Kiki, and Anissa. Oh, y'all talking about Nika Moore. All right, let me get to the rest of that's the first round. I'm still on number 8. Let's go to hold on. Okay. Then number 9. I can't remember how to say this lady's last name. Carla Letty. She's international. Leah LaCam is international. LaCan. Going to the Connecticut. Carla's going to Dallas at number 9. LaCan is going to Connecticut at 10. Marquisha Davis, number 11, going to New York. I was very excited about that because Marquisha was there. She was very nervous. She just seems like such a sweet girl. Totally different than how she plays on a court. But Coach Yo was sitting there with her at her table. So I thought it was so cute because they're in New York. So when she got chosen to go to New York at number 11, Holly told her to turn around and look at her fans and how the whole crowd was like cheering for her. I thought that was so dope. Now, I don't know what's going to happen once these people, get to training camp, but I just thought that was really dope. And then I thought it was pronounced a different way, but they called her Nadia. Nadia is going to Atlanta, number 12. So the second round, Brenna Maxwell is who Chicago got. They said she's the best shooter in college, not like Caitlin Clark shooting, obviously, but as a guard or whatever, they think she's really good. So they picked her. Nika Mule, 14, going to Seattle. She's going with the big dogs, the big 3. Celeste Taylor's number 15, going to the Fever. So Celeste Taylor, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston. That might be a good thing. Then, to my surprise, Deasia Fair got picked at number 16 to Vegas Aces. And the reason I say my surprise, I didn't expect, and then Aces got like the next 3 picks. Asmarie Martinez goes to New York at number 17. Kate Martin from Iowa goes number 18 to Vegas. Tiana Jackson goes to the Connecticut Sun. Isabel Borrellas, I think she's international, number 20, going to Atlanta. Kaylin Trung goes to Dallas at number 21. Helen Piu. If I'm saying these people's name wrong, I apologize. 22, going to Connecticut. Jessica Carter going to New York at 23. And then Elizabeth Kitley, crutches and all, is going to the Aces. So when I first saw this, I'm like, the Aces really don't need anybody at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are pretty stacked with the starting 5. And then you can probably go seven, 8 deep in the bench and still be good. And Becky doesn't use her bench very much. At least she didn't last year, maybe because of the injuries, but she didn't dig that deep into her bench. She used her top 5, adding in AC every now and then, but every game she was in the game. But they're good. They're seasoned. They're vets. They have a little bit of youth on their team with KB. I think Jackie is the second youngest of the group. But listening to everybody talk yesterday, and I started thinking, yeah, it makes sense to go after Deasia Fair. Like, yeah, her height is an issue, but also Becky Hammond is 5'6". I think Deasia Fair is 5'5". Becky Hammond is 5'6". Becky Hammond did not get drafted into the WNBA. She was selected undrafted. And she fought tooth and nail to make it, to end up being a Hall of Fame player. So she knows about people giving people chances. And if you really have the heart to do it, you can do it. So it's a possibility that she might actually keep Deasia Fair if training camp goes well. And having youth, Deasia, Kate Martin, Elizabeth Kitley, you get these people ready, you let them play under Asia Wilson, one of the best players in the WNBA, highly decorated. AC, who is the queen of defense, who is a seasoned vet. Candace Parker, the GOAT, who's Asia's GOAT. Like, you let these players sit there and stew in this Aces team and pick up on these things. So when Candace retires and AC retires, and if Sid retires, or maybe she's not on the team, when Kia gets ready to retire, because these, they're 8, 9, 10, 11 years into the league. I mean, Candace is 16 or 17. Like, this is her last year, I believe. But Jackie is KB is the youngest. She's 3 years in. But Jackie, Asia, and KP all came in one after the other. So 17, 18, 2019. So, I mean, they're going to be the vets. Let that stew. So you might be right. I think RC said this. You might be right. Like, maybe the girls they pick for this training camp don't make it. The ones that's already have a training camp contract, maybe they don't make it, and they keep these people, these young rookies in here and continue to get more. So it's a seamless thing. The Aces can stay on top. It's seamless because they have time spent with these vets, and it's not all on them to have to score and do things right away. It might actually work. So, I mean, the training camp is going to be something. The training camp is going to be something crazy. Whoever makes it out of the training camp, watch out. If Deasia Fair makes it out of training camp, watch out. That's all I have to say. Just watch out. Let me see. Bree Wayne says, I mean, she's a good shooter. Must be talking about, never seen AZ Foot playing defense and always looks slow-footed to me. Jermaine says, today is Malaysia Full Wally Day at Keenan High School. It was announced today. Oh, that's cool. High Vibration says, I love Markeisha country accent. Yeah, she was so cute. Bree Wayne says, why did Indiana Fever draft all guards? I don't know. Maybe they're not planning on keeping all of them. Honestly, I don't know. I don't watch Indiana to know what they need, but they might not be keeping a lot of them. Jermaine says April 16 is now Malaysia Full Wally Day at Keenan. That's dope. Bree Wayne says CC Taylor and Leilani Carrera. Oh yeah, because she's going to be there too. Tamika says Aces Kitley. Okay. MJ says, is Nika Moore trying to be the next Sue Bird in Seattle? I don't know, but those are vets there too. I mean, NECA's been in the league for a very long time. Jewel is not as long. but I know Skylar Diggins just came back from having a baby, but she's been in the league for a long time too. So, I mean, again, if these WNBA teams are smart, it would, I know they don't have a G League or development league like the NBA does, but they have to find a way to get that new blood in there so they can teach them and develop them if they want to have winning teams. Because a lot of these teams, once the vets leave, they just fall, they fall flat on their face and they're having to rebuild because they didn't have anything, in succession happening. So hopefully this is a new wave that they're actually thinking about doing. Tamika says steal of the draft. Who's the steal? Kitley? High Vibration says, yo, the Aces low-key got some steals in this draft. Yeah. Whoever makes it out, it's going to be crazy. Bree Wayne says, Sanaya Fagan's draft stake. Dawn got to put her starting center next year. Yeah. She needs a little bit more playing time and her face out there because she can play. Like she ain't shabby. Let's see. Tamika says Parker last year, Kitley will take her place. This ain't even fair. Go Aces. Let's see. Bree Wayne says she got all the offensive skill needed. She just figures out her defense later. Also, Kitley is so good. Her jump shot is unguardable. She just needs to have that dog in her. Well, if she's playing for Becky, Becky's gonna bring that out. Let's see. Bree Wayne says, can they fire Sid Colson though? You can clearly see her gray hair. Oh, don't come for the old ladies, the older ladies. Ain't nothing wrong with a little gray hair. You can't see mine. But Sid is there for the vibes. I've said that. Like, I don't think she's a good player. Becky doesn't utilize her in that way. Because you got Gray, you have Jackie Young, you have KP, like your shooters are right there. So, I mean, there's no real need for Sid to come into the game a bunch. So she is very good for the team, just team morale. They love her. She's been around since the Silver Stars. So, I mean, they signed a contract, so I don't know what they're going to do. If they need to make the room, they'll probably let her go. High Vibration says Candace definitely needs to retire next season. Man, she's taking a roster spot from Youngins. She'll retire. Lawrence says, I remember I was the only black guy on an all-white team. I was 12 years old in 1980. I was called everything but a child of God. Some places I play. It's 2024. Nothing never changed. LSU for life. Lawrence gonna put that LSU in a sentence if that's the last thing he does. But I'm sorry you had to go through that, and you are right that it's 2024 and not a lot has changed. I understand that, and I also have situations that I've had to deal with as well. Tamika says, I love Fagan, Bree Wayne, but Bree Wayne says, I still don't understand why she doesn't rebound with her height. That's even more valuable than defense. I didn't see Kel. Oh, I didn't even see Kels. Hey, Kels. Jermaine says, Raven was at the celebration at Keenan today with Malaysia. Oh, that's cute. Bree Wayne said, nah, Sid gotta go. Why is she getting paid to be there for vibes while youngins need that spot? Well, to be fair to her, she's not getting paid that much money. I think she is the lowest paid. No. Coates was the lowest paid on the team last year, if I'm not mistaken. Sid, I think, and I ain't trying to count her pockets, but I think the salary they showed was like $9,000 or something crazy. So they definitely keeping her around for the vibes. But I think I don't know. We'll see what happens. They can go to Sid House if they need vibes and entertainment after work. High Vibration says Sydney getting paid to joke around and do pranks. Right. But again, it ain't that much money that she's getting paid. All right. This one thing I saw when I was on the TikTok, it says This person says both Angel and Camilla's numbers were 10, right? Now their numbers are number 7 and number 3. Chicago Sky ate with that one, kind of. And I never thought about that. Yeah, both their numbers are 10. One got drafted at 3, one got drafted at 7 equals 10. That's a little, I don't know. I thought that was a little catchy. But I don't know if y'all have seen it. Camilla is keeping number 10. Her jersey is up for sale. And Angel now has number 5. I don't know what the significance of it is. I haven't heard anything from Angel. Someone said that she didn't want number 10, and that she was going to pick 24. But the jersey that's on sale now is number 5. So I'm sure she'll explain maybe one day what 5 means to her, if there's any significance. Bree Wayne says, y'all crazy trying to defend Sid Stan. I like Sid, and the Aces aren't hurting by having her there, but I think that Becky will make the best decision, and the office will make the best decision. They've won 2 championships in a row now, and I think they're going to make the best decision for them. And yeah, we have so many talented people that could be playing, but also I know Becky doesn't play her bench. So if they're going to sit on the bench, there is no better than having Sid there. They need to have playing time. So hopefully they make the best decision, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. Keisha said Alexis Morris made all by her. She's showing her draft in jersey. Wait, Alexis Morris made it all by her. She's showing her draft and jersey. What? Maybe there's some typos. I don't get that one. Bree Wayne says, how many points does Sid average? I was talking to Tamika. Not that many. She don't average that many. Alexis Moore's still salty about getting cut. Yeah. Angel chose 10 because her mom wore 10. No, I'm saying she's not 10 anymore. Her number is 5. She's not 10 anymore. Because both her and Camilla can't be 10. So as far as the jerseys that are on sale on the Chicago Sky site, Camilla is 10 and Angel is 5. All right. What else is on here? Is that it on that? Okay. Now we're going to get to these clips. Keep doing that. They have Reese number 5. Yeah, that's what I saw on the jersey. Reese is number 5. Teresa said she was going to let them figure out who was going to do what. So she wasn't going to get involved in that. All right. Let's get to these clips. So I think first I'm going to show a clip. I'm going to show the clips of Chicago, Teresa Weatherspoon and the GM Jeff talking about them choosing Camilla and Angel. And I think there was another piece in here about them playing together. And if they think that's going to be an issue because they were competitors against each other. If I can find it, I should have pulled this already. Let's see. Clip 1. I got about 4 clips we'll watch, and then we'll be out of here. All right, here is the first clip. I can't remember what it is, but here it is.
Tell you, when those women are out there competing, they're competing and they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They're playing for their university and they freaking want to win. So at all costs, they're going to do what they have to do. But then when they come together and they're playing together, they're teammates. They're going to fight for each other. And I think Reese said it best. She's happy to be able to play with her. And we brought them together. We got them here.
So we needed players that are going to come in and want to make winning plays, and the culture that they came from has got to mirror something, that Coach Spoon is going to bring. And when we looked at players from winning programs, because it's critical that we don't have to start over and teach somebody how to be a winner. I mean, they are relentless. You don't want players that are going to compete against each other and take it easy. So we saw them going at each other. Look, they want to be pros. They'll figure out real quick. We put them in the same jersey that life is good again. They're excited to play with each other. They're excited to play in Chicago for Coach Spoon, and that's all we need to know.
Thank you.
All right. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Am I still in here? Can y'all see me? I was just checking my thing and it says my video wasn't available. So I want to make sure I'm still live on y'all's side. Let me see. Oh, I'm in the corner. I'm over here in the corner. Hold on. I'm right here. I was just making sure because I didn't want my video, but I guess y'all in here. Something weird was just happening with my live. Okay. Sorry, y'all. It was being weird. Okay, we back. So as you can see in that clip, they were just talking about if they thought it was going to be an issue with having Angel and Camilla on the same team because obviously of how they were when they were competing against each other. And pretty much Teaspoon just says they're competitors. That's what they're going to do. And the GM says, we chose them because how they played against each other. They didn't back down from each other. We want like that type of grit on our team. And when they come together, it's going to be amazing. So that clip. And then this next clip is about just why they chose Camilla and Angel.
We had a need to add somebody at that size, but on top of her being 6'7", she's a great athlete. She can run the court. She can outrun wings, bigs. She's just scratching the surface of where she'll become, as a player. And she got good hands. She's a leading shot blocker. She's won another national championship. And look, she's got a story, which is pretty important to us. That type of stuff goes a long way. She's sacrificed a ton. She's been through a lot. She's been away from her family, and she's doing what she's doing to give them a better life. And we want to work with people like that are selfless and all about their family. And at that size, with that speed and that skill set, I mean, it was somebody that we had targeted day one. So we are thrilled, with that one alone. We move it on to Angel. Obviously, we made another move yesterday, but before the draft, and that was a player that we wanted to make sure we had on our roster. And obviously, you never know how things can go. There's wrenches that get thrown into these situations. There was great players there. We got the one that we were looking for. She is an absolutely relentless competitor. She pursues the ball better than anybody I've ever seen. She is a winner. She comes from another player from an incredibly winning program, another great coach, and a player that fits the narrative, that our coach wants to play with. Relentless energy, toughness, grit, and she's a fighter. We're looking for people that are going to come in here and fight. And to have two defenders with those two picks, they fit what we're trying to do. They're skilled. They want to improve. There's so much there that we can work with. We pride ourselves, in our player development here as well. We feel like it's just another weapon playing in Chicago, and those are two players that have proven to us that they want to keep improving and growing here, and we want to be able to help them.
All right. So that was the GM, Jeff of Chicago Sky, and along with Teaspoon. Bree Wayne says Teaspoon looked tough for real. Damn. Yeah. I heard she's a pretty tough coach. I saw her a video just earlier today. She was talking to some kids or something. But the way that she was coaching them kids, not even coaching, just talking to them. She was having a conversation with them about just life and how to be tough and stuff like that. Like I think she's gonna whip whatever team she has into shape. Hypervation says, I'm ready to see what kind of coach Teaspoon is gonna be. Me too. I was tiny in the corner, y'all. That's why y'all couldn't see me. I just didn't know if my video had went down because when I looked, it said it was unavailable. But I'm still here. Doc is in the house. What up, Doc Glover? I'm riding with you. What's up? Mo, hello, Mo. Mo says, Paige, Anissa, Kiki will go to 3 next year. The top 3. Keisha says, sorry, I messed up. Alexis made it all about her. She was very salty 1 minute. She congratulations. She said congratulations on the draft, but she showed pictures of her draft. Alexis be all over the place. Bree Wayne says they definitely chose Brink because of them connections. Can't tell me Camilla not better defensively than Brink. Yeah, I think Brink is a Cali girl. She has the Cali connections. She went to Stanford. I think LA knew that's who they wanted and nothing else was going to be said about it. They got who they wanted. Bree Wayne says maybe the 3-point shooting, but Brink is not strong strong at center. Now, Brink says she's stronger than what y'all think she is. She looks frail, but she says she has a vigorous workout with this trainer, I guess, and she's stronger than she looks, but she knows she has more work to do. Lee says not mad at Rakia though. RC says, is RC the white man? Oh my gosh, RC. LeJune says, hey fams, what's up? Welcome in. Bree Wayne says Rakia didn't move in her draft pick. She was number 4 last year too. Oh, was she? This year, wasn't she supposed to be 3 though? And they ended up swapping Camilla. Hibernation says, is it me or was Rakia looking like Summer Walker? There you go. Not her, but Summer Walker. There you go. That's a good one. RC said, Teaspoon don't play. Ain't no forks in the road when you dealing with Coach Spoon. She going to ride with you all the way. RC says, okay, Jay, I see you. You keeping up. I'm just coming back. I had to dip for a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up. But also it wasn't hundreds of comments today too. So usually I can keep up. Bree Wayne says, Jay Boog, did you see the way Audie Crooks 6'1" worked Brink? Now imagine Griner or Jones. I'm not saying, like, I don't think that Brinks is better than Camilla. I'm saying LA wanted her for whatever reason. And then she said she was working out. That's yet to be determined. Like, I want to see her go up against these players and see what happens. I agree with you. Vibration says, I wonder how Camilla will respond to her coaching style. She is quiet and reserved. Yeah, I think Teaspoon knows how to handle certain players. I would think so. I mean, if they've seen Brink, I'm sure Teaspoon has talked to Coach Staley. I'm sure they've had the conversation about Milla, and she's going to take care of her. I think she will. Country says Teaspoon is from down here where I live, Southeast Texas. Country though. What? Oh yeah, country. You in Texas too, country notary? I didn't know that. Texas is deep in here. Well, was. Kyra says they say Susan Cam Train. Yes, Susan. Body by Sue or something they call it. I don't know. Is one of the best. Works with Sue Bird, Tarasi, NECA too, I believe. Yeah. That's what her and NECA were talking about during the playoffs or during the national championship. Cameron Brink was on the Bird and Tarasi show. They all work out with the same lady. RC says a body named Audie. Yeah, Audie, you got to have muscles. Like, she's going to have her way right there in that paint. Bree Wayne says, Brink is always on the floor like our girl Chloe Grits. Chloe's getting her weight up. She got 15 pounds of muscle on her. She's getting her weight up, I promise you. RC says, Brink needs some mashed potatoes, meatloaf, biscuits, and gravy. All right, y'all, let's get into these last two clips. So I did like a little, what do you call it? A little montage of a couple of things that Camilla said in her presser after she got drafted, and a little bit of what Angel said. Now, Angel's is a little bit longer because Angel talks more. Camilla just answered the question really swiftly and moved on, and they kept asking her the same question, so it wasn't a lot to it. But, okay, Beaumont. I did want to let me show Camilla since she's up here first. This is a little bit of Camilla at her press conference, and I thought her talking about her family was really good, and she also was asked about her playing with Angel Reese. So check this out.
Could you have ever imagined that you'd be sitting here today as a number 3 pick when you were growing up in Brazil before even making the jump to come play overseas here in the U.S.?
Yeah, I feel like that was the dream, but honestly, no, I didn't really expected this. I'm just so proud that I am here right now, and I know little Camilla, when I was 13 years old, is also proud, and I'm just excited to be here and happy.
You were kind of emotional with Holly Rowe. I just want to ask, like, how do you summarize everything from winning the national championship and getting drafted? What was going through your mind in that moment?
It's been some crazy couple of days. I'm just so proud of my teammates for winning the national championship. I'm just so happy to be here. And I got really emotional because the main goal was to get here and being able to give my family a better life. And just by looking at them and seeing them on my table was amazing. And I always get emotional when I talk about my family because I'm so proud of everything I was able to accomplish and do for them.
Angel Reese was just drafted 7th to the Sky. So how do you guys think your games will complement each other?
I think it's going to be great. She's a great player. I'm a great player. So two great players together. Nobody's going to get no rebounds on us.
Miller said, ain't nobody getting no rebounds when we're around. So I thought that was cute. And then here is Angel during her presser. This is some of the things she talked about.
Your conversation's been like leading up to this moment with the Sky, with Teresa, if at all, and I'm curious if you were paying attention to some of these mock drafts that had you going to the Sky.
My conversations were great with Teaspoon. As you know, she was coached by Coach Mulkey, so I kind of thought like maybe I'll go there, and knowing like the conversations were so good, and she felt like a mother to me. Being able to be a black woman and as a head coach and everything she's done at the NBA level, I just knew everything they were bringing to the table. Jeff, the GM, was amazing too, and player development is something that what I was looking for, and they looked for at me. So I'm super excited for this move, and I'm just looking forward to getting to Chicago.
And you are very talented, and you're also part of a really talented draft class. Who are you most excited to play off against again?
Ooh. I think our duo, me and Camilla versus Cam and Rakia, is going to be cool to see. I think that's going to be fun.
A few moments ago.
I didn't know what I was going to do. Obviously coming back would have been amazing for me, but I wanted more for myself. I wanted to start over. I feel like I had been in a high since the national championship, and I want to hit rock bottom. I want to be a rookie again. I want to be knocked down by vets, and I want to be able to get up and grow and be a sponge. So I'm just super excited to play with the amazing players and against amazing players. And this league is really competitive, and I'm a competitive player, so I want to play against a lot of players. It's great players.
Good time.
Second question for me. You've talked in detail about, how much intensity, effort, competitiveness you bring to the floor. Specifically, we got to see you and Camilla battle for years against each other. Now you're going to be on the same team. What are you looking forward to about, combining both of your talents and playing together instead of against?
My first time playing Camilla was on one of the biggest stages of my life when she played for Hamilton Heights and I played for St. Francis in high school, and we battled. And now being able to be teammates is going to be amazing. I actually talked to her earlier, was congratulating her. I know she just came off an amazing run, an amazing college career. So I'm looking forward to playing with her in practice and then in games, just bouncing off of each other. So I'm excited for this.
All right. So that was Camilla and Angel. Both of them had the nicest things to say about each other. And honestly, even if they didn't feel that way, they're going to be playing playing with each other on this team. And the GM says that that's going to happen. And so he doesn't feel like there's any beef or any animosity, anything that can't be worked out. But he's happy to have both of them, and they seem to be happy to play with each other. Mo says Teaspoon personality seems to fit Angel. Yeah, I see that. Country says yes, Beaumont. I've been to Beaumont. I had went to college with someone that lived in Beaumont, so we went out there one time. Bree Wayne says they are alike. High Vibration says I agree, Camilla, not so much, but I'm hoping it will work out. I think it will. I think you can be tough, and you know who you can be tough with and who you don't need to be that tough with. I see Don Staley cussing them out on the sideline if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I don't think Camilla has never been, yelled at by her coach or whatever. But I know she probably accepts that from Don, because she knows Don loves her and has her best interest at heart, so much so that she got her family to come out. And as far as I think I heard, that she's housing them so they can stay here and watch her play in the W and stuff like that. So you have a certain amount of trust with a person that has your best interest at heart, and you may take a little bit of the lashings because they just mean well. So it may be a learning curve or a growing situation when it comes to Teaspoon, but I hope it works out. I mean, she said she was excited to be coached by her as well. But I think no matter what, Dawn Staley has her back. And if she has to go talk to Teaspoon, she's going to talk to Teaspoon. RC says, Jay, I got a big question for you. If Reese doesn't take no mess and Teaspoon don't take no mess, who wins? Teaspoon wins. I mean, she's the coach. Angel is the rookie. Angel just said that she's here to learn. So I don't think we're going to have that issue with Angel and Teaspoon. Keisha says, Angel said Camilla and you don't play against one another in high school. Angel said Camilla and you don't to play against one another. They played together in high school, if that's what you're saying. That's what she said in the presser, that they've been playing against each other since high school. Bree Wayne said Camilla should have went to LA. High Vibration says, yeah, I wanted to go to LA. So did Dawn, apparently. We'll see. Bree Wayne says, J Boog, do you know Camilla had 80,000 followers in January? Now she's at 400K. She's getting her shine. I'm so happy that she's getting her shine. Someone keeps posting all the endorsements she has every time she gets a new one. She literally is outside of Caitlyn, I feel like the draft darling, because like I said, all the stuff she did in college, her story of like leaving when she was 14 to come here just to play. And her ultimate goal was to go to the W so she can, start to make a better life for her family and having her family here. So I think it's actually just is a beautiful thing to see her, and you can't help but root for her. If you don't root for Camila Cardoso, something's wrong. Like something's wrong inside you. So that's what I think. Kyra says Angel will suck it up and take tough coaching for now. Yeah. Well, as long as she's a rookie, her first few years, maybe 5 to 6, she's gonna be good. Now, when she gets to a level where she feels like she's arrived and she's gotten a lot of hold in the league, then maybe not. But we don't know. I don't know Angel like that. I just know she used to play at LSU. Dawn knows this. That is why Boyer was working a lot with Camilla more than Dawn. Okay. So you think she'll be okay with Teaspoon? Lee says, I was watching the Sparks player reacting to number 2 pick. You can tell they wanted Camilla. It probably did. I mean, Camilla is a catch. No matter where she's going. Bree Wayne says, I think Sparks were hoping Sky would pick Jackson at 3. Probably. Bree Wayne says, that's why Teaspoon said it was a chess move. Yep. Quita's in the building. Camilla and Angel are going to flourish with Teaspoon as her coach. I think so too, Quita. I do agree. Lee says Zaya, Lexi, and Cheryl Miller. It was just a whole bunch of people. Oh, the people that was in the audience. Bree Wayne says Reese will flourish, but a lot. But Camilla, we will see. Camilla's very reserved. Camilla, I think Camilla is tougher than y'all giving her credit for. She came here by herself at 14 without knowing the language, without, knowing how to speak English, and she's made it this far. I think she's good, and I don't think Teaspoon is going to beat up on her. I don't think that, but we won't know. Possibly Teaspoon is who she needs to get out of her shell. It's possible. Quita says, I think that Teaspoon will adjust her style for Camilla. She's probably going to talk to Dawn. That's exactly what I said, Quita. Dawn is going to be involved in that situation. They probably have already talked about that. I think they already knew the type of player or the type of person Camilla is. And I don't think if they felt like Teaspoon wouldn't be good for Camilla, they wouldn't have drafted her. Because if she is going to cause Camilla to not want to play and not be her best self, then you just drafted someone for no reason because she's not going to perform for you. It doesn't matter how tall and how much skill she has. If she doesn't want to play for you, then she's not going to perform. So you just wasted your draft pick. So I think she'll be okay. Tamika says, all right, folks, good night. I'm sleepy. I feel you. I'm also sleepy. High Vibration says now she can start getting paid from her endorsements. She couldn't while she was in college because of her student visa. She missed out on a lot of money. She could not. I don't know if she has any endorsements outside of that because the way it works, you can't be paid on U.S. soil. It's some kind of thing. You got to read it. So if she did have any deals, she would have to go to Brazil or wherever to fulfill those obligations and get the money for it. Kel says, fighting LSU, fighting for her family and shy. She's a goddess in Brazil. Yeah. Country says, let's go, Camilla. Let's go. RC says, Jay, well, wouldn't you know it? I know of 2 Iowa fans that don't like Cardoso or Reese. I think they just hate anyone where LSU and that wears LSU and South Carolina jerseys. Yeah. Also, they're probably a little salty because the last 2 people that beat Iowa that, stopped them from getting their championship was South Carolina and LSU. So I could see that. Keisha says Lexi Brown wanted Cameron Brink. I did see her tweet or put a post up about that or something like that. LeJune says Camilla is tougher and stronger than most think. That's what I was saying. Hibernation says, yeah. She does have some toughness to her. She will knock you on your butt for messing with her teammates, as we saw at SEC tournament. Yeah, I don't think she's as fragile as people think. Yeah, I don't think she likes media. I don't think she likes the old rah-rah, let's take pictures and, stand in the Empire State Building. But when it comes to her being on the court and getting the job done, I think she's the type of player that's going to listen where she doesn't have to be reprimanded or anything like that. Just if that coach is yelling, they're just yelling, but I don't think she takes it personal. But we'll see. We've seen Camilla's toughness. We have, Country. You're right. LeJune says Camilla has a high ceiling and just needs the right team and coaches around her. Yep. And maybe Chicago might not be the place, but I think they're going to do great. I think they're going to do so great that I'm going to go watch them. So I hope by the time I see them, they have gelled and, Chicago is doing decent. I don't think they're going to blow anybody out of the water right now. But plus I'm going to see my Aces, and I think the Aces might just wash them. So I hope it's not too bad of a beating. I hope not. I Smile says, LA Sparks seems like a celebrity basketball team. It seems like a lot of celebrities have a lot of say in what's going on with the team. Possibly. LA is very Hollywood, RC says, Jay, the Ace is going to break my heart if they cut Kate Martin, Bria Bill. I'd rather them cut Bria Hartley and Deasia Fair. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know enough about all those players they have in training camp to make a decision on that yet. I'm going to do my research, like I said, and I'll do a video about it. But the more I think about it, I'm telling you, if Deasia Fair can make it through the draft, through training camp, it's going to be a problem because we can't forget that she is the number 3 scorer in NCAA history. Like, she's number 3, and she's not number 3 for no reason. So I think she can be a big help to them after, I just forgot her name. RC, you know who I'm talking about. Whose nickname is Bay or Bay last year. She wasn't on the team last year. She was on the team before. Raquana Williams. Is that her name? But she was a bucket. And she was just a spark coming off the bench. I think Deasia Fair can be that person for them. Docs. Oh, wait. Country says Miller could make $1 million in China. She could. It's a lot of players could. But yeah, they probably have offered her. If they haven't already, they probably will. Doc says, who is the current big at Chicago? Is someone going to the house? I don't even know if they have I don't know nothing about Chicago. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't watch them. I knew of Kalia Copper, and that's it. LaJune says, plus Camilla will be playing overseas to play after this season. Millionaire by the end of the year. Generational wealth for her family because Dawn has her back and will guide her. Yeah. Lee says, I don't want them to cut Fair. The more I think about it, I don't either, but I don't know. I don't know what the Aces have going on, like what their mind frame is over there. High Vibrations says Camilla is all about repping her country. Brazil, I don't see her playing for another country. Kel says Kate Martin getting cut. I'll put money on that. Excuse me. Raquana Williams. Yeah, I was close. Raquana. I play her on 2K, and she's a bucket for me every time. So if that's any indication of what she was in real life, it's sad that they lost her, but they lost her for a reason. Keisha said that girl from Colorado got picked up. Yeah, Sheldon. I saw that, but they didn't announce any of that on the draft. They didn't announce anything after the third round or whatever. I thought it only goes to the third round, but I didn't see Jalen Sherrod, I think. Did I say Sheldon? Jalen Sherrod got picked up. Yeah, that's the one that got arrested for beating up her girlfriend. Yes. Yep. That's why they lost her, because of that situation. Kyra says, how you turn your back on Chicago? I didn't. What did I say? I didn't turn my back on Chicago. I don't remember what I said. I just said I don't know Chicago enough to say who's. Oh, are you saying because I said the Aces are probably going to wash Chicago? Probably. I mean, did you not see them play the last time that they played the Aces? I'm still an Aces girl at heart. Aces are my team, but Angel and Camilla have allowed me to expand my horizons and give other teams a chance. And I'm interested to see, even before they were going to go there, I was interested to see what Teaspoon was going to do with that team. So I'm rooting for my girls, but I mean, reality is reality. I don't know. I won't be surprised if they get washed. But let's just say when I'm there, I'm going to be cheering for both of them. MJ Lover says, Fair too small. She's too small, but like I said before, Becky Hammond, how tall is Deasia Fair? Because Becky Hammond's only 5'6", and she's a Hall of Fame player, or was. MJ Lover says they may trade her for a taller point guard. Possibly, but I mean, I don't know. I think there's potential there, and they're not in a hurry to need to use her. They have 3 point guards right now, and 4 if you count Sid. So I think they have time to work with her and get her ready, unless it's just a height thing. RC says, someone always going to say something to low-key piss me off. Uh-oh. But I ain't going to let that one particular fly above my head. I respect for Jay in her chat. Wait, what happened? Uh-oh, what I miss? Maybe I don't even want to go back. I don't know what had happened, RC. I missed it, whatever it was. Keisha said it was on Facebook. What? What was said? Raven says, need a consistent jumper so bad she won't go top 10. See, Sherrod, she didn't even get drafted. Oh, so they just picked her up. Okay, because I was like, they didn't announce it. I didn't see any on any of the draft boards. Raven has gotten better in just a year. I think, and Raven is a sophomore. Raven has 2 more good years to play. I think Raven can get herself ready to go to the next level and be drafted. I think she does. Spoiled Brat says, when does training camp start? April 28th is when it starts. Kyra says, so Sky jersey pending. What do you mean? Who Sky jersey pending? What do you mean? Chicago Sky? MJ Lover says Aces will spread Camilla and Reese to the 3-point line and drive past them. I'm gonna be honest, it don't really matter where they are. I mean, it's Asia Wilson and it's Candace Parker. They might get a couple of licks in. They might get some licks in. They might get some good shots, maybe get a block or two. I don't see, not right now. And we're very early. We don't even know what's going on yet. We're very early. I need to see a couple of games first. Let me see Chicago play a couple of games first before I say they're going to get washed by the Aces. And I need to see the Aces play. See if they knock the rust off and they're back to, championship mode. So let's get some games in first, and then we'll talk about who's getting washed. So if Deasia Fair is 5'5", Becky is 5'6". I'm saying I don't think Becky is going to cut her for that fact that she's short. I think they chose her for a reason. And if she can prove herself in camp, I think she has a good chance of staying on the floor. Staying on the team. Spoiled Brat says Fair's 5'5". Thank you. MJ Lover said Fair versus Hammond. Oh boy. I'm not saying they're compared. I'm just saying Becky was undrafted. Someone gave the team gave her a chance and she flourished. That's all I'm saying. It might be a soft spot that Becky wants to develop Deasia. And she's a scorer. So again, let's just see what happens. Any updates on Janiyah Barker? Not that I know of. I haven't heard anything. Spoiled Brat says Mississippi State already going at LSU. Really? Country Notary says, just think our Camilla was at the New York Stock Exchange today, looking beautiful with all those stockbrokers and investors just cheesing over her. Talk about being in the right rooms. Right. Like she's on this celebration tour. She just got drafted. She's getting her face out there. Her story is out there. This is everything that I could have wanted for Camilla. And even the fact that this is big because I get up really early in the morning for work, like super, super early, 2 a.m., whatever. And the CBS overnight news comes on. This is a worldwide news station, not local channel or the show. And they talked about the draft. Of course, they talked about Caitlin, but they also mentioned Camila Cardoso. And they talked about her story and how, she came from Brazil. She didn't know the language. She worked hard and, learned it. Came from a team that was undefeated, and now she's drafted number 3. Just that little blimp means a lot because normally you don't hear about anybody else. So for them to pick that up, and they only mentioned Caitlin Clark and Cardoso. They didn't mention who was number 2. They didn't mention Rakia. They didn't mention Cam. They didn't mention Angel. It was just Caitlin and Camilla. So I'm like, Camilla is on some people's radars. and that's dope. Spoiled Brat says Dawn will get Raven ready. That's what I think. Quita says JC signed a training camp roster with the Liberty. Y'all get that? MJ says Raven Johnson will get drafted off of defense alone. Her offense will be a bonus. Spoiled Brat says, did y'all see the Angel change to number 5? Yeah, I said that earlier. That Camilla has 10, Angel has 5. It's on the Chicago website on the jerseys. Jalen Sherrod, yes. Okay. Bree Wayne says Quita Sherrod ain't gonna make it. Do we think Marquisha is gonna make it? Do you think New York needs some other people on their team? They do need some youth. So they need to keep, I don't know who's in their training camp right now, but they need to keep somebody there. Country says she's gonna get that Wall Street bag. I hope so. Lee says I'm debating if I should go to Sparks versus Aces game. I'm for sure going to Sparks versus Chicago though. So I'm debating that too. I'm going to Sparks. I'm going to Chicago versus Aces in Chicago. But I'm also thinking if I want to see Aces versus LA in Vegas. Because I do want to see the Sparks. I kind of want to see all the new girls. The Indiana tickets, I can't swing those. I'm gonna have to wait till next season. All their games are on TV, so I'll catch it that way. But I wanted to be able to see like some of my favorites play, up close and personal. What is all this diplomacy? What you mean? You talking about what I'm saying? Let's just see. Let's just see. I'm confident that my Aces will win, but I said let's just see because I don't want to down them before they even get a chance to play in training camp. So give them a minute, let them play a couple of games, and then we'll see what happens. Quita says, "What's up, RC?" June says Raven can get drafted for her floor generalship. She can run a team and score when needed. You don't have to be scoring guard to be a great point guard. MJ Lover says 100%. Lejeune Country says Raven has 2 more years to work on her shot. Same that I said. Spoiled Brat says I'm excited for the documentary with Caitlin and Camilla. Yeah, May 11th. It looks intense. It looks like they were following them like recently. It looks like when Brazil didn't make the Olympics, it seems to be that's when Camilla was crying about that, but I don't know. I don't know how long they've been following them around. They showed a little clip of Caitlin talking about a championship. So it's going to be interesting. May 11th and May 12th is when that's coming out on ESPN and ABC. High Vibration says, yes, give Camilla her things. MJ Lover says, I know people that came from Brazil and still don't know the English language and they have been here for 20 plus years. She was determined. She was determined to make it. Bree Wayne says, India Rogers didn't get drafted. I Smile says, yeah, Camilla is on the rise for sure. I really hope so. She deserves it. High Vibrations to MJ Lover. You can tell Camilla has worked really hard on her English. She speaks it very well. Although some people are trying to come for her, like people are going to be miserable regardless. It's always trolls and comments, and I have to learn to like stay out of it because sometimes I be wanting to don't talk bad about Camilla. I be wanting to get in there and take up for her, but I know they're just trolling. But people have the nerve to talk about sometimes how she speaks in broken English, and I'm like, why don't you go to a country you've never lived in before and you don't know the language and you figure it out when you're 14 and see how things progress for you. Leave that girl alone. Bree Wayne says Sarah Scalia, a 3-point shooter, didn't get no looks. Oh yeah, and honesty. I was just thinking about that today. No one picked her up either. That's what Spoiled Brat said. Bree Wayne says Sarah is a better shooter than Clark. What a world. Kyra says youth at point guard for sure. High Vibration says, I hope Marquisha makes it. I'm rooting for the small town country girl. Yes. Lejeune says Cece produced a piece on Camilla and the other players coming from other countries. Cece said an presser is coming out soon. Oh, okay. Producing stuff. Look at her, putting that money to work. Bree Wayne says Grayson got called by the New York Liberty. Really? I didn't hear that one. Kyra says, love that country draw. Country says, yes, Marquisha should make it. Jaletta, hello. I hope I said that right. Why is the Wings playing the Sky twice the same week? Tickets prices have increased. That's also why I was trying to get those tickets early. As soon as I saw who was drafted, I went in there and just snagged the first tickets that I can find. The first ticket, because I only got one. I'm just going by myself. But those tickets are crazy. And the Aces were already marked up because, yesterday's price is not today's price. And they're the reigning champions. And then I go back and they're even higher now. So I don't know. They about to break a sister. I'm going to be watching a lot of TV. RC says, I wish Caitlin Clark changed to 23 or 8 to let people know she's the next. Oh, Jesus. She's the next MJ or Kobe. Jay, I'm low-key trolling with that comment. I know you are. I know you're trolling. Rewind says Grayson called by the Mystics. Oh, okay. That's good for her. Kiki Rice is in the documentary too. Yeah, she is. They really didn't show her that much in the one that I saw, like the little commercial for it. How do you feel about Caitlin Clark getting an Olympic spot for USA team over vet WNBA player? So I think that if she gets the spot, because I don't know if they decided that she's getting it yet. The last article I read, it was still up because she didn't make training camp. So it's still up in the air. They don't know if they do take her, if she's going to do 5-on-5 or if she's going to do 3-on-3. But having said that, I think they will take her because she's ratings. Nobody, the industry, I don't think is doing anything for like the love of her. They're doing it for what they can get out of it. So if this person has been talked about so much in the media, who is, seen as the best college player ever to ever play the game, the person who brings all the eyeballs out, then why wouldn't you bring them to represent your country? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's because of that. But I don't know. If she didn't try out and she didn't go through the work everybody else did, I don't think it's fair that she just gets to go. But it's an industry. So okay, my dog is being weird. They're going to do what they want to do. Kyra says people stay ignorant. MJ Lover says the trolls only operate in negativity. Humor is cool, but trolls live in negativity. I know. And that's why I do my best to scroll by. I really do. But some stuff gets to me and I'm like, just leave it alone. Because most of the time they're probably kids and I'm way too old to be going back and forth on the internet with a 12-year-old. Some of them are bots. Some of them are trolls. It's just, sometimes I slip up and we get into a back and forth, but most of the time I keep scrolling because I don't know. I just feel protective over some of these players. Someone asked Camilla a question and she said she don't know how to answer that. It was funny. Yeah, I saw that clip. MJ says, man, the New York Liberty have 30 players in training camp. Yeah, that's going to be slim pickings. That's going to be slim pickings over there. Kale says that nobody not going to get no rebounds. That's some South Carolina-ish. Well, she says that because of her broken English. If she said in her language, it would probably make more sense, but she was saying it in the broken English. Kyra says, I'm going to be watching hella TV too, Jay. we both going to be watching TV. I got my league pass already ready. I already got Amazon Prime. I'm ready to just watch these. I'm probably going to get to go to 2 games if I'm being honest. And I'm gonna have to wait for some stuff to die down because I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Unless I win the lotto. Caitlin going to have these other teams move into bigger arenas when the Fever comes to town. Possibly. Spoiled Brat said, why would they not take CC? That wouldn't be smart. Right. But that's what I'm saying. It is smart for them to take her. But I also feel like if she didn't do the work, like everyone else had to go to training camp and they're still picking who's going to be on the final roster, to just have this person come in and get a spot. I think if it was me, I'd be a little salty about that. MJ Lover said, hey, if CC is better than someone on the team, she deserves it. They would probably pull a Christian Laettner on the dream team situation. Plus CC can hit an open shot easily. Yeah, no doubt she can go and play and beat whatever. I mean, they're going to beat the countries that they're playing against most likely anyway. I think the last time they went out was with Dawn and they were 45-0 or something like that. So they have the skill to do it. I don't know. I just think, I don't know. Keisha says, it's one Michael Jordan. Please, people, stop comparing everyone to Michael Jordan. It's just one Air Jordan. Facts. Spoiled Brat said, I don't see how Angel and Camilla play together. I'm curious to see how it works. I was talking about that earlier, Spoiled Brat. I think they can. Camilla obviously is the 5. And I think she will play with Angel the same way she plays with Chloe Kitts, or if she's out there with Fagan or out there with Watkins. Angel is probably the one that needs the most adjusting, but Angel says she has played wing before. She sacrificed her game to be a 5 at LSU. And obviously she's probably gotten a little rusty. So we'll see how it works. I think the potential is there for them to have a great duo. I really do. I just think it's going to take some work. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. Bree Wayne says, I don't watch WNBA, so I truly don't know. Have only watched Aces game versus Liberty. And those were some good games to watch, weren't they? Those were some good games to watch. MJ says, just keep a running tally of the names of the trolls in front of you. It will save you some time on replies. I'm just going to ignore it. It's just some days I don't be feeling it and I just want to like cuss somebody out. But, I know that's not what I need to do. Yo, Tambien. I should know because I've taken like 4 years of Spanish. I should know how to say that. My Spanish teacher would be upset with me. High Vibrations wants to know, Bree Wayne, are you going to give the W another chance this year? Bree Wayne says, damn, Erica Wheeler averaged 9 points. Yes, she got to go. Spoiled Brad says, is DT going to retire? This will be her 20th season. DT does need to retire. Hold on 1 second, y'all. DT does need to retire. She needs to go ahead and hang it up, in my opinion. Kyra says she had a terrible season last year. I was so over her. MJ says, how else to compare top players if you don't use the GOAT as the example? Tiger Woods is the MJ of golf. Serena Williams is the MJ of tennis, etc. I kind of agree. With that. Let's see. All right, guys, if y'all are in here, give me the thumbs up, please. Look at this, y'all. I got through all the comments. I'm not behind. Nobody got left out, really, besides some of the conversations. I skipped through those. I'm trying to do better. And we've come to the end, and it's 2 hours and 19 minutes. So I think I'm done. If anybody has any other comments about the draft and what they're excited to see, if there's any players or teams that you guys are excited to see, drop that in the comments. Let me know. Anybody going to any games? Who do you think is going to have a great year? I know this is way before training camp, but who do you think of these rookies, who's going to shine who's going to shine? I wouldn't say the most, but who are some of your top picks from this draft class that you think is really gonna shine, and who's gonna make the teams? I'm thinking 1 through. I'm a little iffy on Peely because it's Minnesota, but I'm thinking 1 through 8 is making a team. Like they're going to be on their team. Chicago has already like talked about who's going to be possibly starting and stuff like that. So I think they're definitely keeping, obviously, Camilla and Angel. I don't see Cam getting cut. I don't see Rakia. I don't see it for Camilla or Angel. I don't see it. I don't know about JC because I don't watch her enough to know what they need in Dallas from her. But I'm thinking those for sure are going to stay in, at least the top 7 or 8. And then anybody else after that, I don't know. I'm some of them will, but I just don't know. The W is very, as we talked about it, the W is a cutthroat place. There's not a lot of space for people. And they also have salary caps. And not everybody's going to make it, even though they are talented. So hopefully within the next couple years, I talked about this last night on Sessa's Live. I mean, as they start to get more eyes on them, as they start to build that revenue, because the eyes are going to be there. I've never seen people so excited over a draft as this year. And it's not just Caitlin. People are excited about Camilla. People are excited about Rakia. People are excited about Cam and Angel and stuff like that. So, and Analia. I think that there's a wave coming, and hopefully it goes the right way for the W and they can start the expansion, because that's what they need. They need more roster spots. They need more teams. So Golden State's coming next year. That's 12 new spots opening. They just made an announcement today that they are possibly looking at, what was it? Toronto, Philly, South Florida. It was two more cities. South Florida. I can't remember the other two. But now they're already talking about Nashville. Nashville is one of them. They're already talking about expanding again, which I know they were talking about that earlier, and then it fell through. It was they were thinking Portland. So they know what is coming. Can they capitalize on that and do the right thing? Because if these exciting players that we watch in college don't get these spots and don't even get the opportunity to show their skill in the W, that's what I think maybe turns some people off, because not everyone is a lifelong watcher like me that was watching before Diana Taurasi got in. So it's fine if there are, DT is still there, or that was watching it before Candace Parker got in, because, I know their story, but these new people don't want to see them. They want to see, what I'm saying? You want to see the younger players that they grew up watching in college, or they've been following in college. So I get it. So if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So they got to have some revenue coming in. That's going to take us watching and buying merch and going to these games, buying the tickets in order for them to get there. It's a kind of a two-way street in order to build that up. But I think within the next 3 to 5 years, I can definitely see maybe 3 more teams if they do it right. If they ever do it right. So I see your comment, Kyra, about DT. She is not the first player. Hold on. Let me see. Before I get out of here, I'll go through the comments one more time. Let's see. MJ said, glad I got in here late. It's okay. You're here now, and I appreciate it. Kyra says, gave me the muscle. Lee says, Rakia Jackson. That's his pick. Bree Wayne says, Rakia Jackson. That's her pick. Okay. I Smile says, I'm going to Atlanta Dream versus Sky in Atlanta. All right. That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game. Kyra says, Rakia Jackson for sure. Okay, Rakia is popping in here. So we're thinking Rakia is the one that people say is the most pro ready right now. That she can seamlessly just go and perform. So I'm excited to see Rakia as well. Country said, I know an Olympic high jumper who told me that in the 2021 trial, she qualified on the jumps, but the committee chose another athlete. The jumps are only one qualifying category. I guess you don't have to, if they want to pick, then they pick. Lee says, I hope Peely makes the team. Spoiled Brat says, do you think JC will make it? Possibly, but again, it just depends on what they need. If they need a player like JC on their team, then she makes it. But it also depends on training camp, how they perform. I think all these teams should keep at least one. If they had more than one pick, keep one, because you got to rotate these rosters. You got to freshen them up. You got to have young blood on your team so they can learn from the vets. And then as the vets go out, it's seamless. And now you have seasoned young players that are on the cusp of being vets. Now they've been in the game for 5-6 years and they have longevity. They know the game and they can carry on the legacy of your team. And it doesn't just fall to hell when, one of your best players leaves because, she was on the team for 26 years. So I don't know about JC, but I think they need to keep some people. Kate Martin from Iowa, she's going to the championship team. Caitlin will have a huge hill to climb with that last place team. Yeah, I don't think Indiana's going to do anything like super special. I think they'll be good. But I'm interested to see. What they do. Lee says, I just hope everyone makes the team, but I know it's not going to happen. Same. MJ Lover says, did anyone see that Peely admitted to barely standing 6 feet tall? Yeah, I heard it when she said that. Spoiled Brat says, Nika. Are you saying, Nika, you think that's your pick for making it? Spoiled Brat, I hope they all make it and the old ones go. Kyra says, if they drafted her, they know. True. They still cut people, though. Doc says Jackson's going to be rookie of the year. I would like to see that. They got 2.4 million views. The draft did? Okay. Look at that. I was looking for those numbers too. That's what's up. Nashville was one of the teams they were looking at. Kyra said Philly. What did you think about some of the outfits the ladies wore at the draft? Did it pique your interest? Did you go to Etsy to see if they were purchasable? First of all, yes, I talked about the outfits in the beginning. Not a lot of you guys were in here, but I did go over the looks, and my top two were right here. Cameron and Rakia's second outfit was my tied for number 1 for the best looks. And my number 2 coming in second tied was Angel and Cardoso. But as far as me going to Etsy, no, I don't. I wish I can look that good in those clothes. I'm half their size. I'm very short and I'm probably twice as wide as they are. So none of that would look good on me. So no, I'm not interested in doing that, but they look very beautiful in that. I've had my younger years of that and I've moved on. I wish I could, but nah. MJ says U.S. women's basketball roster is loaded. CC may not make it this time round. Yeah, I think they still have to make their cuts. They haven't made their final cut yet. So, I mean, I don't know. It's up in the air. Peely is 5'10". They need to put a WNBA team in Hawaii. Ooh, that would be dope. Nashville is great. I can go between Nashville and Atlanta. Bree Wayne says Sky got the most athletic bigs in the draft, though. Facts. I Smile wants to know who should retire. I know Candace is not playing next year. Bonner, I think she was on a fence of maybe deciding that she was going to retire from Connecticut. I don't know how long NECA has left to play from LA. Well, now she's in Seattle. DT needs to be done. I don't know how long BG plans to be in there. AC on the Aces, I think she might have a couple years left that she wants to play. But right now is Candace is leaving, and I think DT should be leaving. Jaletta says, did you see Angels after party live? Kateri Poole was there, all of LSU's team and some others. I did watch a little bit of the live. I didn't see everybody. I saw Monty and I saw Kateri. I think I saw like 5 minutes of it. I didn't get to see the whole thing if she was on there very long. LeJune said we need the Houston Comets back. That would be dope if they came back. I mean, with so much history there, they're the first dynasty. They won 4 in a row. They won the first 4. They beat out my LA Sparks. I still don't appreciate that, but that's okay. So we got the next 2. But I feel like people forget about Houston, and their players and that team like established so much in the W, like so much that has caused the growth of the W started there with the Houston Comets. And now that they're not there anymore, it's like people forget about that. But I wouldn't mind seeing the Houston Comets come back. DT played with the first ever WNBA player, Dinosaur. Can Reese dunk? Never heard of stories her throwing them down. I don't think so. I mean, I've never seen her dunk. I don't think so, though. I don't think she can. Bree Wayne says, J Boog, you did so good today with the comments. Thank you. Thank you. Cause y'all know y'all came for me. I didn't see all the comments, but I got messages. I got DMs. I went live with Sess. Y'all were in those comments. I went over to look at Quita's show and y'all were in those comments. Like y'all would not let it go that I was behind on this comment. So, but that was funny. Thank y'all. Rewind says good night. Spoiled Brat says claps for Jay. RC says Diana Taurasi was the guest server at the Last Supper. Oh, Lee, I'm so sorry. I should have asked. I'm sorry. Lee is a girl. I'm so sorry for saying he. My bad. Country Notary says we were at the game in Houston when Teaspoon hit that half court shot to win against the Comets. Oh, I was only at the Comets game when they played the Sparks. So I didn't see them play anybody else. But I think I told y'all, I met Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper. I have their autographs in my closet somewhere. I met them when I was working at Willowbrook Mall. If anyone is in the Houston area, y'all know that mall. She is Bree Wayne, or Bree Wayne says the way Camilla runs the floor and jumps, she can have a very nice jump shot. She just got to put her mind and heart to it. Facts. Bree Wayne says now, good night for real. Okay, good night. Viral but how says, who do you think gets Paige next year? I mean, whoever is the worst team. It could be Indiana again. I mean, not super often, but it seems like there's a pattern of the worst team. Well, not even the worst team, because I think Phoenix was the worst team. And they had lottery picks, so Indiana ended up getting a pick. I don't know, but what I was saying is like the Aces got 3 number 1 draft picks. Indiana now is at 2 number 1 draft picks. So it's possible Indiana may get it again. I hope not, because I don't need Paige and CC together on the same team. I kind of hope she does go to Chicago, but I mean, we'll see if Phoenix is better, because Phoenix sucked last year. So she might end up going there. Whoever gets number 1 pick gets paid. Yeah. Rakia looked amazing. She definitely did. Kyra says, I love Nneka. She could stay forever. Okay. Nneka could stay forever, but everybody else that's older has to leave. Got it. Spoiled Brat says BG is having a baby, so she might be gone soon. Right. That's what I was thinking. High Vibration says we need the Charlotte Sting back too. Yeah. Do y'all remember the Cleveland Rockers? That's like very beginning. My friend Monique played for them. High Vibration says they brought back the Liberty, so the comments may come back one day. Did the Liberty go away? I mean, I know I missed a big chunk of the W in between. I didn't know the Liberty went away. Kel says, I just remember Staley in the finals with the Sting. Yep. Kyra says, that's who I watched when I was a kid, the Houston Comets, TT and them big red lips. Yeah. Oh, I hated them. And Lisa and Tina Thompson obviously they went to the same high school. They went to the same college. They knew each other. I hated when they played against each other. Tina would not let up because she has a jumper. So it wasn't just driving in the paint. Like she was just dropping bombs on us every chance she got. I hated it. Bree Wayne back, y'all. I know she doesn't want to go to bed yet. Timothy says, if Ice Cube was white, no way Caitlin Clark would have rejected $5 million to play 10 games. I don't know about that, Timothy. I don't know. I mean, a lot of stuff has to do with color, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. CC did not reject that because he was black and it's a black organization. I think CC, like many others her age, grew up wanting to play in the W. CC is not hurting for money. $5 million is a lot of money for 10 games. But when you've grown up and this is what you've wanted your whole life, that's the opportunity that you take. Now, she may take it later, or maybe she decides to do that off season, but the big 3 runs not exactly, but they overlap with the W. So it's either that or big 3. So money for her, I don't think is an issue. She can get that $5 million from Nike. Like she's fine. So I don't think it had anything to do with color. I think it had to do with opportunity. Kairos, and somebody said he might not even had the $5 million anyway. He just wants, the revenue from having her there. Kyra says, high vibrations, yes, embracing them soup coolers. Lise says, watch it be the Sparks. Paris says, what up, family? What up, Paris? What's going on? Wait, CC rejected it? Yeah, I don't even think she considered it. Because if she did, she couldn't be playing for the W if she took that, because they overlap games. You can't be in both. Country said, me too, Jay, a few times. We probably were in the same place at the same time and didn't even know that. I went to all the times that LA came to Houston. I went to almost all those games. Lejeune says, I see Coop regularly here in Houston. Really? That's dope. Coop used to teach she was the head coach of my college. I think I had said that before. I had already graduated, but I had read that she was the head coach of PV's women's basketball team. Crazy that the Aces got Kitley for next year. The rich get richer. Yep, Small Brat says Angel would have took it. I don't think so. Angel is also somebody not hurting for money. I think if he had it where it doesn't conflict with the W, then yeah, he probably can get a lot of people to come over there and play. Dr. J rejected the NBA and played in the ABA because they offered more money. Well, I mean, that's fine. But I'm saying that them particularly, I think they have a dream of playing in the W. And that's probably why they decided not. That's why she decided not. I don't know why she didn't. She never gave an explanation why she didn't, or if she didn't. But she got drafted and she's playing in Indiana, so I don't think she did take it. Richard says Caitlin Clark hasn't accepted $10 million from another guy. That's $5 million more than Ice Cube. Caitlin Clark hasn't accepted $10 million from another guy, or has accepted $10 million from another guy. Is that what you're saying? What even is the big three? So the big three, and I watch it because Lisa Leslie is a head coach and I was watching her team. So the big three pretty much is like, there's a lot of old NBA players, not like old like in age, but people that used to be in the NBA that are no longer in the NBA. Is a lot of those players, a lot of just good basketball players that maybe didn't make it to the league or did make it to the league and are no longer there. They're still in really good shape, but they play half court. It's 3-on-3. The shots are 2 points, 3 points, or 4 points. And you just play 3-on-3 basketball. It's over really quickly. I think it's the first to 50. First to 25, halftime, second half, first to 50 wins the game. And Lisa Leslie is a coach. And Nancy Lieberman Klein is a coach. And then they have some other old NBA players that are coaches as well. But it's a cool thing to watch. I don't know if they make. I didn't think they made that much money to be giving that out to her, but I mean, maybe they did. But I know his championship and some of his games were coming on Saturdays and Sundays during the summer. So it's cool to watch. But I mean, it really is an easy $5 million to make if that's what they wanted to do. But I just think her dream was to play in the WNBA. That's that simple. Spoiled Brat said Barstool offered CC to play in their rec league. Oh, is that the one you're talking about? $10 million? Okay, $10 million. Did she take that? Oh, he said, Richard said that she didn't accept it. She didn't accept that $10 million, and that's $5 more million than Ice Cube offered. Okay. Kel said Clark would have been embarrassed in the big three. That's what people were saying also. But I think it's because of her shooting. Literally, she can just stand on the 4-point line. They can just pass it out to her and she can make all the shots if that's what they're thinking she's going to do. Or he's thinking she will get, washed playing with these NBA players, but it's still going to be eyes on the big three that's going to bring him all the revenue. It's a money grab. It's a money grab. He's not trying, again, he's not there to help Caitlyn in any way. If he's offering $5 million, it's only because he's going to make $100 million off of that. And to that, I say she needs to go in and say, I need a part of that revenue share that you get. So if you're making $100 million, I'm getting half of that because you weren't making that before. You're making it because I'm there. Now that would be a smart business decision. And then if she decides to take it, then go for it. Timothy say if women ever want to make it in NBA, then they got to start in the big three. Maybe they don't want to make it in the NBA though. I don't know how many women want to make it in the NBA. But I don't, again, that's just my opinion. Spoiled Brat said that doesn't sound fun for CC. Right. He just wants to use her for views. Exactly. Paris says, I would have thought in the WNBA contract, they wouldn't allow any player to play in any other league in case of injury. You're right. That's what I'm saying. Like, she has to choose one or the other. She can't do both. I think that's just like you're saying, that's right. But they can play in Athletes Unlimited, and they play that in the beginning of the year, and some of them are W players, so maybe it depends on what it is. Spoiled Brat said, yeah, I'm glad she didn't take that. Yeah, I think it was just a money grab. Q said that's the only position she could actually get away with is a guard deep from three. Right. They would post her on the 4-point line between 3 and 4. They would do what they need to do, pass it out to her, and then have her shoot. That's it. And he would pay, he wants the eyes on that for that. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, I'm getting out of here. I made it just before 3 hours. I appreciate all y'all that came out. Please give me the likes on your way out. Please give me a sub. I am very close to 500. I feel it that I can probably make 500 before the end of this week. That would be a huge milestone for me to do so. I have tons of other things on my channel. So if this wasn't your jam, I have other things there. So check that out. Give me the thumbs up. Give me a sub. Spoiled Brat says he would have offered a less known, really good shooter. Clark could have had 5 and told the Fever she'll be there next year. Probably. And she still has to guard a man. Yeah, she wouldn't guard. She don't guard people now. So that wouldn't be that much difference. But hey, this was a good conversation. Thank y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I hope y'all had a happy draft day. It is now all about the aces and the rookies. I can't wait to see y'all next time. I got some videos coming out. I hope y'all stick with me. I'll talk to y'all later. Good night.